So guys, we're live, guys. We're live. Like the video, like the video, subscribe. Smash the like button, smash the like button, guys. Like the video, subscribe. Smash the like button, like the video, guys. Like the video, subscribe. Smash the like button. So guys, we're gonna be talking about the Chelsea charges in terms of the allegation in Chelsea with regards to the with regards to Samuel Eto'o and William in terms of the transfer that happens under Abramovich era. We're going to be talking about Manchester City investigation. For me, that 115 investigation that's going to take place maybe possibly 2 years' time. But I'm also going to talk about the Everton too, who has been charged by the FA. For me right now, is the FA is the EPL setting the precedent in terms of, okay, you're gonna give out these rules, you have to make sure it goes to everybody. We're also gonna talk about the Nigerian Super Eagles because I do not know what's going on with the Super Eagles. A lot of discussion needs to happen. The Super Eagles, serious conversation needs to happen. We're gonna talk about the Super Eagles of Nigeria. But make sure you like the video, subscribe, smash the like button, guys. Get that likes up. Get the likes up, guys. Like the video, subscribe, smash the like button, get the likes up. Let's go, my people. Let's go. Let's go. Yo, my people, I wanna didn't like the video, subscribe, smash the like button, get the likes up, guys. Get the likes up. Like the video, guys, right? It's a Sunday hangout where we're gonna talk about a lot of football. But we're gonna be talking about the news as the news is coming out with regards to the potential news that have been heading out in the TL recently. We're gonna be discussing about the news also. We're also gonna be talking about City's 115 charges, which I believe for me it will take time for me because of the charges and everything. Like I told people, EPL have set a precedent, and I think when you set a precedent, for me, I think EPL have set a precedent for me. Though the precedent for me is the problem is if you're gonna ban Everton, surely we have to ban Chelsea and City too. But again, I think it's a different ball game entirely, which for me it doesn't reflect on what's going on. But again, I think it's a different test or for me with regards to City and Chelsea for me. I don't think it's the same thing, but again, there can be an argument where people like you ban Everton, you have to ban Chelsea too. So I get people's opinion with that with regards to that aspect. I don't think it's the same thing because if you look at the charges where Chelsea is being charged, it's different than the charges of Manchester City. So it's going to be a little bit different with regards to the charges. I think both are different charges with regards to that though. So it's a different one entirely where the charges are different. And I think what I think EPL is doing is this is gonna cause a super league where for me I don't think they like that happening. And I think if causing a super league for me, if they're causing a super league, then there's a big problem for me because if you're gonna cause a Super League with regards to what is going on in the team, in what's going on with regards to what's going on with regards to what's going on with regards to what is going on in what's going on in EPL. And according to the report where we are seeing it's like Chelsea's allegedly being charged by the EPL with regards to sustainability and financial fair play under Abramovich era. So for me, the problem is not even about the alert. It's all about if you're gonna charge Everton, you have to charge Chelsea too. So which is for me a little bit sickening for me because yes, you can charge Chelsea and you can charge Everton, which I believe Everton breached the rules for me the way. That's what they were. I think they breached the rule because if you look at the amount of players they signed a player last season to overcome APL sustainability, which for me leads to them staying up in the APL. Oh, so for me, that happens. But the problem now is you are giving Everton a 10 game deduction charge for me. And people might comment that why don't Chelsea, why don't Manchester City? For me, both of them are different. Manchester and Chelsea are different because those are different charges for me. Those are different charges for me. They are different charges. And I think Chelsea are allegedly charged for me. It's not that they are kind of point deducted or this, they're just allegedly. They are looking into the investigation of the charges to see what's going on with the charges, which for me, when I read the news, I'm like, for me, I don't see Chelsea and City coming in terms of point deduction. I don't see it happening because Chelsea and City are a big club. I don't think KPL want to lose that big club. And I remember Chelsea have already reported themselves already to UEFA and EPL already. They've reported themselves already. So for me, I think the majority of what's gonna happen is maybe they're gonna get a fine, possibly a fine, which for me, if they get a fine, it's not that bad if they get a fine because they know okay, we're just gonna get a fine and we're just gonna pay the fine and we move on. And I think that's gonna be the worst case scenario is for them to get a fine and just like okay, we get a fine, we move on. That's it. It is what it is. We move. So they will probably get a fine, which for me they'll be like they are fine with the fine they get. So I don't think they're gonna give them a point deduction, which I'm not sure it will happen. It's gonna be difficult to give a point deduction out. Like it will be very, very difficult because I don't think Chelsea breached financial fair play because Chelsea have already exactly sure exactly what happened. I don't think they're gonna get a financial fair play. But again, EPL is weird. It is very, 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 very weird. It is very weird. It is. So it's a weird scenario for me, man. It's a weird scenario. It is a very weird scenario for me. Where it's difficult to say with regards to this charge. APL is a waste community. They want to be using superior power, and this might potentially come into the what's called the Super League, which a lot of clubs are avoiding. There is no way you're gonna avoid the Super League. It will eventually happen. When will it happen? That's gonna be the big question. But it will eventually happen. It will happen. When it's gonna be the big question because we don't know. We don't know, but it will eventually happen. And when those happen, I don't think everybody will have a discussion about it because we know it will happen. And when that happen, people doesn't have what do people want to say? People doesn't want to say too much. It will happen. It will. You like it or you don't like it, it will surely happen. Whether you like it or not, it will happen. It will happen. So people need to just blame themselves and be like, okay, if this time happen, what do we do? So I think EPL is setting a precedent where they have to be careful about the precedent they set. They have to be very, very careful with regards to the precedent they set. Because if you're gonna set the precedent, you have to be sure that the precedent is setting that it's not gonna backfire at the end of the day because you are setting a precedent which for me, if it backfire, you are in serious, serious trouble. You're gonna be in serious trouble if it does backfire. So you have to make sure that you're setting a good precedent where it's not gonna affect you going forward. Because if you're gonna set a very horrendous precedent, it will surely affect you. And when that happens, then what do you do? When this process, what do you do? So if you're gonna send a president for me, you're gonna send a good president. Which for me, EPL is trying to paint themselves as the best league in the world, which I know EPL is, if not the best, the most watched league in the world. But you're having a poor referee and officiating in EPL. So how do I explain that? If EPL is the best league in the world, why are you having a poor officiating? Why? That's the question EPL needs to come out and tell us. Why are you having a poor officiating if the best league in the world? For me, when I look at Everton's charges, yes, I understand Everton's charges. I get that because for me, I think they breach the financial fair play with regards to the player being bought. I know that already. So I'm not worried about that. But with Chelsea, I think it's a little bit a late charge. I don't think we're gonna get point deduction when people want it to, because I don't think we breach the financial fair play under Bambi era. The worst case scenario for me is gonna be like a fine, which either both City and Chelsea are willing to pay. But we'll see how it goes because Chelsea are not dumb enough. Chelsea already reported themselves to the EPL and to Champions League, and they already fined us already. They fined us already, so it's been fined. So I don't think it will be too much. But for me, a point deduction might be too long and too high. I don't see it happening, but we'll see how it goes for me. Overall, we'll see how it goes. Nana, how you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Good. What about you?
Beautiful Sunday, man. A lot to talk about, but I'll keep it later. Your take on the Everton point deduction? Do you think it's harsh and Chelsea and City one, because the Chelsea one is a late charge? No, they just investigation on it. Nothing has been said, just investigation. So if they found guilty, there'll also be a 10-point deduction. But it's an investigation at the moment. City too but City will take maximum 2 years for them to come to a conclusion. Why Chelsea? It will take long because Chelsea already come out and report themselves already. So for me, the worst case scenario is fine and charge, which Chelsea are willing to do. Same thing with City. If you cannot afford to lose City and Chelsea, it's not possible. What do you think?
First things first, I feel as though Everton have been hard done by, to be honest with you. Considering that it was only one charge
Mm-hmm.
and they got a 10-point deduction, which is crazy. I mean, I don't remember the last time a team got deducted points in the Premier League. Abdul probably knows because he's an old head, but I don't
Because the
remember.
problem with this EPL is that they are trying to prove superiority, which can backfire on them. Can
Listen, it's
easily backfire.
unfortunate.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate, and then I'm hearing that there's some teams that are trying to sue Everton.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, Burnley, Leeds United, and Leicester City.
and Sheffield United, I think, as well.
Yes. Yeah, because of last season, Everton,
Yeah,
they breached the financial fair play, which was true because of the player they signed. So they could not get relegated.
yeah. I mean, it's unfortunate. I think it's a harsh, very very harsh
Mm-hmm.
judgment. And then if the lawsuit goes ahead and is successful,
Mm-hmm.
um, Everton are bankrupt. So we'll see. I think it's unfortunate, considering that Everton as well are one of the pillars of the Premier League, in my opinion. So
Back and everything. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, bro, that Everton has given me some good moments, Premier League moments. So
Mm-hmm.
that regard is unfortunate. Let's talk about Chelsea.
Do you think, for me, with regards to Everton, do you think EPL has setting it very difficult because this might come to the Super League where nobody wants to play, nobody wants this Super League stuff, but with the way EPL is moving, it might come back to Super League. With people are kind of
It's
avoiding.
it's, but I know what the Premier League, I know what the EPL are gonna do though,
Mm-hmm.
because like you said earlier, like guys, sorry guys on the stream, if you're not a Chelsea fan, if you are good, but we're too big to be punished. I hate to say it.
I agree.
I hate to
Chelsea City.
sound
Chelsea City.
yeah, I hate to sound egotistical with regards to my club, right?
Mm-hmm.
But in this case, bro, no man, no.
Mm-hmm.
So and with Chelsea, let's clarify, like you said, with Chelsea is an investigation. No charges have been filed.
No, just
Yeah.
alleged investigation. That's it.
As of today, no charges have been filed. None of
Yeah.
that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
With Man City, and I'm like, here's my issue
It
with
takes
Man
two
City
years for
one.
Man City. It takes 2 years for me.
No, even that. Here's my issue with the Man City one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everton got a 10-point deduction of one charge.
One charge. City is 115.
Manchester City have 115 charges. Abdullahi, here's my issue, right? Here's the thing, because I don't know how many charges Chelsea are gonna have. I don't know all the situation, right? But if Everton is getting a 10-point deduction of one charge, Abdullahi,
Yeah.
of one charge.
Then how much do you think City will get? 25?
What is the exactly? What is the precedent? What is the
But
precedent?
Nana, this is me. I don't think Man City will get charged. I think they will get fined. For me, I don't think they will
What's the
get
size
fined.
of the fine? Okay, but Abdullahi, what's the size of the fine though?
Maybe
Because
maybe a lot of money, maybe champion, and maybe deduction of maybe transfer window. That will happen. Maybe
yeah,
in the transfer window, it might happen. Maybe towards champion, not going to Champions League, and that will not affect Man City because they can go maybe 1 year, maybe they can give them like a year or 2 years out of UCL, out of signing players in the international trophy, which I believe a manager like Pep can be fine with. Look at the squad.
here's my thing. Abdullahi,
Mhm.
because I do understand. Me personally, if it's down to, if it was up to me and I could decide my punishment, I'll say let's get a transfer ban for Chelsea. But if it's for City, though, I don't know, Abdullahi. You see, with City, I don't know. I'm still, because we're both going to get punished. Let's not agree,
Yeah.
right? But the magnitude of the punishment for City, whenever it hits,
You know what hits me most is the Everton comment where they say we'll be keeping an eye on other charges. Because now they'll be keeping it very
yeah,
strict.
because Abdullahi, they've set a precedent, right? They've
Yeah.
set a standard. Supposedly, if it's all fair, they've set a standard. So we should be seeing that standard applied to City's one. We're just investigated, so we're not actually out. We're actually not involved as it stands. We're being investigated, but we haven't been charged.
Yeah.
So we're seeing what the standard's going to be like with Man City, Abdullahi, and
Yeah.
we don't know. We don't know because Man City are also a big club now.
Yeah.
Champions League, treble winning, the amount of money they bring to the EPL.
Yeah. And I
In
think,
terms,
like you said about big club, I think it will also come with Man City too with regards to big club because I think they will get away with it. Why they will get away with it is I think because of his Man City and because Man City believe they have this how do I put it? You know, when you're a big club and you're winning things, sometimes things gonna favor you instead of going back with you. It will favor you. Remember on that Abamo video where when we went to office, people started hating you. It's on Man City. People who hate Man City, why? They are successful. They are successful. So people will come and hate them. And I don't think the charge that they give Everton will affect Man City. They can charge them, maybe give them a champion, like what they did to
no, but
Chelsea.
Abdullahi, that's okay, but that's not right though, right?
That's on EPL for me because they put themselves out now. They have to face the panic. They have to the elders to go. They have to face
That's
it.
the issue. That's the issue.
It's
It's
not
gonna
on
be
Man City, it's on
crazy.
EPL because EPL has set the president out already.
Okay, Abdullahi, let me ask you a question, right? Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
And be honest, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
If you're the Everton owner,
Yeah.
right? And you've got a 10-point deduction, and then you see that Man City have only got a fine, what are you doing?
I'll be
You
filming because I want to know
no
what
no no no
to
no no no. I'm like you.
do.
I'm like you fume it no because I've seen you fume over the Nigeria game, for example.
Yeah.
I've seen you fume over Chelsea.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen when Lampard was here, you were
Yes,
going
I
back
will.
and forth with the racist, right?
I will not be happy. I will not be happy.
But what would you do? I'm like, you have to sue. You're gonna have to sue the Premier League, no?
Yes, I will. Exactly.
Yeah, you have to sue the Premier League. If you're getting a 10-point deduction and possibly relegated,
Yeah.
and Man City, and maybe Chelsea are getting a fine, then there's gonna be an uproar. There's gonna be
Exactly.
uproar. So
See, it will happen because why? It's because EPL put themselves into that situation. That's for me. EPL did it. For me, this they should have waited for everything to clear before doing it. Because now when they do this now, in the middle of a international break, they're gonna be in serious trouble. See, a lot of executives in EPL will have to ban, will have to be suspended or banned, or even get out of their job because they put themselves out. You know what EPL are saying? Because EPL said they can't go to CAS. Why you ever have the court of arbitration of
yeah, or sport, yeah.
yeah. So EPL doesn't have it until 2025 where they're gonna be joined with UEFA to form simple stuff. Right now it is separated. By 2025, it's going to come together where the same that's going to happen to the UCL is going to be the same that's going to happen to the EPL. EPL has put themselves out. They have to face the panel. They have to.
Listen, I don't know the logistics of the decision-making process, but a 10-point deduction for a team, they were given financial information to the Premier League.
Yeah.
They were actually helping the Premier League. It's a
Which
very dangerous.
Chelsea did, according to the report, Chelsea did the same thing.
Chelsea self-reported. It's a dangerous precedent.
Chelsea gave EPL the chance to, how do I put it, to check their bank account in terms of their transfer, which Mancity didn't do for me though.
It's going to be interesting to see. It's going to be interesting to see. I will say though, I'd like for Emmy at the time and all those guys, you see why Burnley got rid of these Abramovich guys, because
all of them
had to go, because if they were to have stayed, that's a problem. That's a problem. That's a problem.
I think people were kind of having a go at Bowley, but he knew exactly what he was doing.
He knew what he was doing, man.
When he came in, he said the financial stuff did not work for Chelsea because there's a problem with in terms of the revenue, in terms of the if you remember when we started playing this year, Everton were 7 years, 8 years because of the FFP. And we have to get rid of players to compile with financial fair play. People might call us crazy. That was the risk we take. What other club doesn't want to take the risk? Caicedo 7.1, Enzo 8.1, 9 years contract, Lavia 8.1, Mikhailo Mudryk 8.1, Benio Badashile 7-year deal. Noni 7 years. I can keep counting.
Yeah.
So Gusto 7+1, Reece James 7 years.
Yeah, even Broja and Trav, I think it's honestly
now. Which is just are doing that is because to compile with financial fair play.
Yeah, of course, to abide.
That's the reason why that's the risk people say we pay 1 billion, but if you look at the net spent, it's not even 1 billion at all. It's not 1 billion. So only understand it. See, Chelsea people are all about data, and before Chelsea could do something, they work with data a lot. For me, and this is what Everton that pull out. Everton Football Club is being shocked and surprised by the ruling of the Premier League Commission. The club believe that the Commission has imposed a wholly proper, proportionate, and unjust sporting section. This club has already communicated its intention to appeal the decision to the Premier League. The appeal process will now commence, and the club case will be heard by an appeal board appointed pursued by the EPL rule in due course. Everton maintained that it has been open and transparent in the information that is provided in the EPL, and that has always respected the integrity of the process. The club does not recognize the finding that it failed their act with the ultimate good faith, and it does not understand this have to be an allegation by the EPL during the course of proceeding. Both the harshness and the severity of the sanction imposed by the Commission are neither fair nor a reasonable reflection of the evidence submitted. The club will also monitor with great intent the decision made in other cases concerning the Premier League profitable and sustainable. Everton cannot comment on this until further notice on the appeal process is completed. This 1 year, the club will also monitor with great interest this 1 year finishing, because now Everton will be filming. They will be filming.
Yeah.
Because for me, EPL has put themselves out where they have to come out clean. If not, they're gonna be in serious trouble. I've been saying it ever since Awardwell became the chief executive of the EPL. We have been seeing so many referee decisions. Every day, we are sorry. You keep saying you are sorry. I'm not, Nana. Every day, they'll tell you are sorry, but they keep making stupid decision making. But you are sorry. You keep telling people, why not bring the semi-automated offside rules? No comments. I am confused. No comments. Because I asked, because Carl told me 14 out of 20, 14 were against semi-automated offside rules. Are you kidding me?
I mean, that's ridiculous, man. That's ridiculous.
14 out of 20 were like, we don't want. Why don't you want semi-automated offside rules? That's a technology. That is a technology that works in all footballing aspect. It works. Why are you against it? Now you are saying you don't like the way the EPL is doing. Why would the EPL not make mistake when you're against it? When you're against it, why would they not make mistake?
It's
EPL
It's
Like,
unfortunate. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate.
mm-hmm.
It's unfortunate. I feel as if look, Abdullah, we're just gonna have to wait and see. We're gonna have to wait and see. We're gonna have to wait and see. Abdul, if you're watching, hop on the stream. I need to talk to you. But yeah, Abdullah, we're gonna have to wait and see. You know,
Yeah,
and just
we
be
have to wait
patient.
and
But
see
I
because
don't think either way. You know, even with Everton and the point deduction, I still think they're staying up. Abdullah,
yes, yeah, I believe so. Yeah, I agree. For
I
me,
still
yeah,
think they're gonna stay up. If they don't
yeah.
get another points deduction, I think they're
They
staying
go.
up.
I think they go only 10. Let me check the. Let me bring out the APL
You know,
table.
they got 10 so far,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not over.
It's not over for them.
It's not over. It's not over. So if they get another points deduction or anything, if it stays at 10, I think they're staying up. If they get another one, I
Mm-hmm.
think they're going down, boss. I think they're
So
going down.
this is the APL table for me. So they are 19th
That is
already.
crazy, man.
They were in 14th before in table.
They
They
were
were
14th. That is crazy, man. I do like the fact that we could see Chelsea, but that is crazy, man. That's crazy, Abdullah. Tough, 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 tough. We have to see. We have to see. We have to see.
It's a tough for me. It's a tough situation, but because I saw the news recently that Everton they are being investigated because I think Leicester, Burnley, and I think Leeds United also want a 300 million. Is it 300 million euro compensation? And if the competition is being approved, Everton will get another charge again. They will get another deduction again.
Mm.
Wow! So you're gonna tell me Everton's gonna get two deduction in a space of how many months? Wow!
It's
Wow!
bad,
Wow!
bro. It's bad.
Wow!
I'm telling you. I'm hoping because I want Everton to stay in the league. So I'm hoping they Burnley. Wow. Sorry, I didn't realize Burnley are lost.
Mm-hmm.
Vincent Company, brother. Anyways, I hope they stay up. They're Premier League heritage.
But
But it's not
before we go
looking
to
good
Chelsea,
for
do
'em.
you think what EPL is doing now? They are setting they are it's like they have opened up a Pandora box which cannot be closed again. With regards to Everton for me, because when you are doing this to Everton, automatically the other club will be like, okay, you are doing this to them, then there's gonna be a lot of scrutiny in the hierarchies in the EPL for me.
It's gonna be no. The only reason, right?
Mm-hmm.
Basically, long story short, I'm gonna repeat myself, but I'm gonna make it brief. It's fairness. So, okay, you're going to punish Everton like this. We
Mm-hmm.
need to see how the EPL are going to move for City. And
Yeah.
the issue is, Abdullahi, we know they're not going to move the same way.
No,
We
it's
know they're
gonna
not.
it's gonna be fine
It's going to be a
potentially.
fine or a ban or a transfer ban. That's it,
Yes, I agree.
probably.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have to see.
How many year ban? Maybe 2 years ban, possibly 2 years.
Chelsea for
Mm-hmm.
me with Chelsea, I hope we get a transfer ban. That's my hope.
I don't think we're gonna transfer ban. I
I
think
hope we get a transfer ban, man. I'm hoping. I think that'll be, like how
I don't.
unfortunate,
Nana,
unfortunate.
I don't think we breach financial fair play. I do not think we do that. I don't
Hey,
think.
I don't know. You know what it is, Abdullah?
Mhm.
For me,
Because
based
you know why I said that is because when before they bought before Bole bought it, Abramovich already give what's called the UK its official account for them to check everything that they didn't check. Abramovich was the one who sold the club to Boli. It was a lot of people came in, sold it to Boli. So if Abramovich is not clean enough, it won't no matter what it will not release the club.
here's
He
my
released the club.
here's my thing with
Mm-hmm.
Abramovich, right? Number one, Abramovich, he's not gonna listen to, but I'm just gonna say was this
Mm-hmm.
guy as a football owner
Mm-hmm.
for me is the goat, and it's for this exact reason, Abdullah, because I think we did.
You
Let me be
think
the
he
first one
did?
to tell you, I think we did, but
Mm-hmm.
the reason as to why we did is for what reason? I'm like, is to win. This guy was spending his own money. His own.
Yeah.
It wasn't even Chelsea. It wasn't even Chelsea's money. It
Chelsea
was his
money.
own money
Mm-hmm.
to win.
Yeah.
And this sport or this scheme
Mm-hmm.
is punishing owner for going out there and trying to win. That's the way I'm looking at it. I'm not a Sheffield United fan. I'm not an Everton fan. So this fairness BS
Do
doesn't
you
doesn't.
think? We get a point deduction? I don't think so for me.
I don't think we'll get a point deduction. I think we'll get a transfer ban or a fine, a big
Mhm.
fine. But Burnley set aside 100 mil for fines.
Yeah, just in case it
Yeah,
happened.
just in case, because he forecasted this. So Burnley
Mhm.
already set 100 mil for fines. I'm
Yeah.
expecting it's going to be a big fine. And
Mhm.
but I want a transfer ban. Like I said, I want a transfer
Why?
ban. Huh?
Why?
Here's my thesis behind that. Because for me, the players we've signed, I think we've
Mm.
done good business. There's not one player that we signed that I've been like, oh, that's a bad signing.
Yeah.
So we
Maybe
already,
potentially, if you get to cement, then maybe we'll be fine.
yeah. Here's the issue, right? For me, the only issue is I would like a transfer ban, and if possible, sorry,
Mhm.
we could only sell players. Because the team's already here, right? All we need to do now, Abdullahi, is wait for them to develop.
Yeah.
So at this point in time, the 1 billion spent over a year or something is actually good because the team's here.
And once we can get a cycle like Osimhen and Kwati, it should be fine for me. And
Hey
that
man,
for me, that complete the season for me. That complete our season for me. Oh.
hey
But now
man,
you
listen.
get a striker, you get a midfielder, you get a defender, you get it. So overall,
So we'll see.
mhm,
I want to wait for I don't know about you, Abdullahi, but I know you got a lot of topics to discuss.
mhm.
Obviously,
Yeah. But for me, I don't think it's a. How do I put it? I think what I believe is happening is EPL has opened a Pandora box. When you open a Pandora box, you have to make sure the box you open. You're gonna stand by it because if you're gonna open a Pandora box, you have to be sure of yourself. If you're not sure of yourself, you're gonna put yourself into a fire. Which for me, when you put yourself into a fire, you have to make sure the fire you're putting yourself into, you're not gonna get hot.
but the issue is here in England, right? Here in
Mm-hmm.
England, they want a regulator.
Mm-hmm.
They want an independent regulator to oversee football in terms
Yeah.
of financially sums and all that. They
Yeah.
actually want a regulator. So the
Mm-hmm.
EPL and Premier League clubs are
Mm-hmm.
saying no, obviously, because they don't want to be scrutinized. So they're saying no. So the EPL is making an example out of Everton.
Everton. Mm-hmm.
That's the unfortunate thing. And so my thing is, Abdullahi,
Mm-hmm.
my thing is it gonna stay at Everton? Because City, for me, Chelsea's ones you Chelsea's ones you could shake off because it doesn't stretch further than transfers, right? Which is
Yeah.
why I think the transfer ban is likely. City, I'm like, it goes as far as to sponsorship deals,
Mm-hmm.
transfers,
Yeah.
coach,
The grass.
coach, coach, bro. So I don't know how, and Carl,
Mm-hmm.
my brother, Carl, if
Mm-hmm.
you're here or what,
How,
you need
how
to
is gonna
explain
I've
this.
already sent him the link. He's joining. Don't worry, he's joining.
He needs to explain this because
Mm-hmm.
it's crazy with Chelsea. Abramovich did it to win, right?
Yeah.
So there's these allegations. I don't know if it's true or not. These
Mm-hmm.
allegations goes to players, agents, players, and so on and so forth, just to
Mm-hmm.
win, and we won.
Yeah.
So for me, there was no cost. This man didn't go to win, and for that, Abramovich, you have my respect. You understand?
Yeah.
Even City, me personally, I don't really care
Mm-hmm.
about the charges. I really don't. Me personally, they're trying to win as well.
Yeah. And like I told people when I saw the charges, it just make me laugh. Why it makes me laugh is yes, City are 115 charges, but you are dealing with Sheikh Mansour. Head is gonna go. That's number one. When you're dealing with Sheikh Mansour, I don't with the way the EPL is rolling, Sheikh Mansour is gonna and even Pep I think come out and said it. He said if the club is being found guilty, he will walk away. He said, I trust the club because it's not the first time he's been working with the club. So he knows. And the club has told him, business as usual. Nothing's gonna happen. So City know their confidence. It's just bullshit. They know. That's been bullshit. They know their confidence. Including Chelsea too. Chelsea know they are confident that they didn't do anything wrong with regards to the financial fair play. They know. Because all Chelsea board, in terms of everybody, they are working with data. They know already. They know. So now, what TPL is doing is they're opening up a Pandora box where they are putting themselves out and they're gonna get exposed. If you're gonna call the EPL the best league, but you're having a worst officiating, how do you explain that? The best league is having every weekend. We are very sorry. We are very sorry. Please forgive us. It's a subjective decision, objective decision. That's what we hear every day. Why not that subjective decision become something that we're not gonna see? We just want to enjoy football. No controversy in referees. And we know human will make mistake, but does it have to be every weekend everybody make mistake? Not even small mistake, very awful mistake. They're gonna cause a lot of club points or lose matches. It does not make any sense for me. It doesn't. So what EPL is doing for me, EPL have set the president out already. Now they have to work with their own president. They've set it out already, and they have to win. The EPL already roll out cars. I'm like, why do you roll out cars when it's needed for all clubs? And now you say you don't want club to spend a lot of money. Nana, Nottingham Forest bought 22 players. 22 players. But you don't want club to spend money. That I'm not
spend it, man. If you want to win, if owners you gotta spend, man. That's how it goes. That's how it goes.
There's nothing the EPL can do because club will have to spend money. They have. I don't know, because if you remember this summer, it has been about Chelsea 1 billion. Just on everybody ever said it. The 1 billion you're talking about, look at the net spend. When you're talking about net spend, Chelsea only spend 400 million.
But again, I was in because I live. I'm in London, right?
Mm-hmm.
So obviously the England game was on Friday.
Mm-hmm. Against Malta, right?
Against Malta, right? Obviously, English fans could be anywhere. They could be Chelsea fans, Everton fans, Newcastle fans,
United,
Chesterfield. It could go to Chesterfield or supporting your local team.
Yeah.
Right. Yo, Chelsea aren't liked. We know this. Mm-hmm. Chelsea are actually not liked. Fundamentally, we're not liked. Why? Because we changed the status quo
of the club. Yeah.
We changed the status quo of the whole English football pyramid. We changed the status quo. We're the first team.
The same thing is happening to City now.
Yeah, we're the first team to change the status quo, so we're not liked. Mm-hmm. So there was chants in London of English fans saying, "Oh, what was the Spurs one? Mm-hmm. Oh, I forgot the Spurs. It's a classic Spurs one. My memory is bad, isn't it? But Cruz definitely knows it, innit? But it's there was a chant. I was like, yo, mm-hmm. we're actually not liked. But I already knew this, but I'm like, yo, this is deep. Like the standard English fan wants to see Chelsea in the mud. From the average English fan to the media.
Yeah.
So as of now, this point in time, for the next month,
mm-hmm.
You're going to see some of the most disgusting media narratives out there from Matt Law, from pricks like Matt Law, and other news sources that is going to cause fear. Me personally, I know the truth. I know my truth. So I'm expecting a transfer ban or a fine, and that's it. Even a point deduction, I don't really care because I know we'll be fine. So
I don't think the point deduction will happen. People might want it to happen. I don't think it will happen. I do not think it will happen. The max can happen, maybe a charge, which Chelsea already prepared for already. A charge. I don't even see a transfer ban happening. I do not see a transfer ban happening. I don't see it happening. I don't. For me, I don't. I don't see it happening, but I think a charge or a charge might happen. A charge or a fine, which UEFA did to Chelsea. UEFA charged the fine Chelsea, which Chelsea paid the money. Chelsea paid the money. So UEFA was like, Chelsea didn't breach any financial fair play. They are good because of we checked the document. We feel they are okay. The document the presented to us was a good. We're only gonna find them and then move on. Period. Case closed. Period. So if you are trying to set the standard, which for me, setting that standard for me, you're gonna put yourself out into the fire, and it does not make any sense to me. It doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't. For me, it doesn't. No,
we'll see, man. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. I want to wait for the Nigerians to come on your stream, Abdullah, more guys to talk. But I know you're waiting for that.
We'll talk about it.
We'll talk.
I want to talk about something very, very critical, which people doesn't talk about, because when I grew up watching a lot of sports in terms of the Brazil national team. The likes of Rivaldo, Delima Ronaldo, so many. I can keep mentioning their name. There are so many.
Rivaldo, Roberto Carlos,
Carlos
Kaká,
Kaká,
Ronaldinho.
so many of them, and those are teams that I'm like, okay, I know this team very well. But look at the Brazilian national team. The Brazilian national team has gone down where Gabriel Jesus is a striker, Richarlison is a striker, Hendrick is a centre forward. How regressive are Brazil national team gone down to? Nana, what is going on with Brazil? Brazil has not
For
been.
me,
They have not been in Brazil. They have not.
I'm like, I don't even think. For me, okay, in terms of the actual names, in terms of the star names,
Mm-hmm.
in terms of the actual stars, like
Mm-hmm.
the superstars, Brazilian superstars, is only really Neymar, and
Yeah.
to a small degree Vinicius. But I've been told Vinicius isn't good for Brazil fundamentally. Like he doesn't play well for Brazil, right? So on a star level,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, there's been a decline. But the actual Brazilian team, I don't think it's that bad. So I've heard on my timeline, I've seen on my timeline on Twitter, um, I hate to name names. I hate to name and mention names,
Go ahead. Go
but
on.
I've heard Gabriel Margalhaes,
Yeah.
Arsenal FC defender. Yeah, I'm calling you out by name. Um, who has been costing these guys games. Not just them. I've been told. I've seen that they missed Thiago Silva. Like the defenders,
Yeah.
the Brazilian back line
Mm-hmm.
cannot function without Thiago Silva. That's what I've seen on the timeline, and the results back this up. I'm like, so in terms
Is
of,
it arrogant, or they feel we have young players? They just move with young players. So
I
we don't.
I just feel as if that they cannot defend without Thiago Silva. They can't. So in terms of that side, Abdullahi,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, they're clearly missing him. But the superstars,
Yeah.
for me, I think it's privilege, man. I think it's just with football generally now. For me, um, you know, I have this thing of like the best footballers come from the trenches, man. For the most part, the
Mm-hmm.
best footballers come from the trenches. They get out of the mud. They're normally, I hate to say it, the great ones are probably poor.
Yeah.
Um, and they just go out there and play ball. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, man. Maybe in the favelas, man, they live in all right. Well, it's getting better in it. So for me, that's the way I'm seeing it because the superstars have declined. You look
Yeah.
at Rivaldo, yo, I'm like, you look at Rivaldo, guy. I don't
Ronaldo,
know the right word, but a
the
guy,
R9, Rivaldo, Ronaldinho.
bro. These guys suffered, bro.
Yeah.
These guys suffered, and I don't think I hate to say it, because I'm not one to judge it, but I don't think these guys are suffering, man, for the most part. So I mean, we'll see. I do think and I saw Half Hope's video
Mm-hmm.
about Endrick. It's too early to tell. The guy's only 17, 18. He's
Yeah. 7.
17 still. He's 17 still.
Yeah.
So he could be the next superstar on the way,
Possibly.
possibly, but it's early. So we have to see. But after Neymar, Abdullahi, it's only Vinicius left, and Vinicius doesn't play well for Brazil, so
Do
it's
you
tough.
think it's sure to
Neymar,
play for Brazil, or there's too much of the fan base on them, too much with the Gabon, because of their heroes that they've seen growing up, like Rivaldo, Kaká, Cafu, Roberto Carlos, Gilberto Silva. I can keep
Ab,
mentioning
Ab,
Duda. So many of them.
Abdullahi, do you know that Neymar's played with Fred, as in the striker Fred?
Yeah.
You remember that guy?
Mm-hmm.
He's played
Yeah.
with Joe. He's played with a guy called Joe, and he's played with Richarlison as a striker, and then Gabriel Jesus intermittently. But I'm not even going to disrespect Jesus like that. Richarlison, Fred, and Joe. Are you joking me? I was like, Brazilian strikers, Fred, Joe, Richarlison. I mean, fundamental. Until they solve that striker, they're not winning anything. They're not winning anything for me.
They are fit in the
Strike,
team.
they are not
Venezuela is kind
winning
of
anything.
in the Comabol round of in the Comabol qualifier matches. Brazil is in fifth. This is the first time for me though. Them being fifth.
It's early. It's very early, but
They have like
Brazil,
20 something matches to play.
yeah, it's very early, but Brazil, boy,
It
yo, they
doesn't
need they need to sort that, especially defensively. They're leaking too many goals. They're leaking too many goals, so they need to sort that out. But we'll see.
Brazil has the best goalkeeper. Still, they're still considering goals. I'm confused.
It's the defense.
Alisson Becker and Ederson Moraes, two of the top one, top two goalkeeper in the world, still considering goals.
It's the defense. I've lied. It's the defense. It's the defense. It's just no. It's the defense, man. It's the defense.
Emerson Goya is a right back in 2020.
Yeah, man. I mean,
How do we move from Cafu, Danny Alves to Emerson Royal?
that's the way it goes. Sometimes you get your golden generations, then you get your quieter ones, man. We'll have to see with Brazil. We'll have to see. But Uruguay apparently.
If Brazil lose against Argentina on Tuesday for me, all of them to just it's over for me. It's over for them. It's over.
Nah, I can't. It's too early. It's too early. It's too early. It's too early. I've lied. It's too early. It's too early.
Why is it too early? Look at the table. It's too early. Look at the table.
It's too early. I've lied. It's too early. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. It's too early. It's too early.
Because
It's too early.
the Brazil I watch is a different Brazil. Right? I know it's a different generation of team and different people, but Brazil cannot produce a striker. Is a shame.
It's a shame.
For them not to produce a striker is a shame. No. It's a big shame. No. Argentina, Lautaro Martinez, and what's called
Alvarez.
Julian Alvarez. They even have Paulo Dybala who can play there. They want him to play there. Look at other teams. Uruguay, Darwin Nunes is there. They also have strikers. As much I'm like, he does miss chances, but it's been good recently. So look, other clubs also to have strikers in their rank. Then I'm looking at but I'm like, Brazil, we've watched your legend play football. How on earth are you not producing a striker? How?
I don't know, man.
How?
I don't know.
In terms of your midfield, your mistake is tall. The wing is even start. We have Martinelli, we have Rodrigo, Vinicius Junior.
Hey, big up Chumri. Big up
On the
Chumri.
on the right hand side, you have that one trick pony idiot called
My
Antonio
guy.
and Rafinha. So I'm like, how has Brazil gone down? How? They've literally just regressed me.
It's the defense for me. I mean, the striker issue that is on the bigger picture, but as of now, that defense Abdullahi. It's that defense.
So
Let me look at the defense they played
They
against.
can't play without Thiago Silva for me.
Yeah, it's making me question how, because I've been seeing it on my timeline as well. How vital is Thiago Silva to Chelsea? And Abdul, I get Abdul's points about him being too old. But I'm seeing even Brazil, they're struggling. Oh god, I've lied. The back line was Renan Lodi, Gabriel, Marquinhos, and Emerson Royal.
Lord have mercy. In 2023, I don't know what to say, man. In 2023, Emerson Royal, Gabriel Megahes, Renan Lodi, and Marquinhos.
That's a problem. Oh, sorry, that was against Colombia. Yeah, that's the team they played. That's the back line. That's the back line. And then, so I don't know, man. I don't know. I wish I knew. I wish Wilson was here because I don't know the magnitude of how serious this is. I don't think it's that bad, but I don't know because I don't watch the games. So,
but the question is, how has the Brazil national team gone down? How have they gone down? This is beyond explanation. How have they gone down? Because they've regressed a lot. They've gone down a lot.
but Abdullahi, You can say the same thing for Italy, no?
Yeah, with regards to it, we know we know the coach, we know the players around them. Yeah, they don't have a striker, but you can understand Italy are not that bad because they have players around them in terms of the
Are you
wings.
sure? They
Italy
didn't
are not that,
qualify for the World Cup, oh. I mean, they
yes,
won the Euros.
Brazil are worst in terms of the defense.
No, 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 no. I'm lying. No. Come on. Who you can't even. I'm so because I'm lying. You're thinking of these guys don't play for Italy anymore. You know,
I
if you
know.
look at the it's go. I'm like go and pull up the Italy team
Yeah,
that
man.
played recently. Those guys are bums.
I know.
Those guys are bums. I I don't know. For me, it's a struggle thing. I don't think these guys are struggling. Oh, Damien. Oh, did
Oh,
Ecuador get 3 points deducted?
big up to you, Chimere. Join the show, brother. Join the show.
Big up.
Gavi out for 6. Oh my God, we're gonna talk about it, man. Lord have mercy. Young players need to be protected, man. Brazil will have been 6 if Ecuador didn't get 3 point deducted at the start. Okay.
Because I was wondering how I can't see the wins and loss. I was wondering because I thought Ecuador are cooking essentially.
Yeah, they
They
won
just
their
got a
first
3 point
match.
deduction.
Yes, because I think they feel the player that was not supposed to play.
Okay,
Yeah, I think so.
okay.
So
I
I
was thinking
think
because
yeah,
Ecuador are
because
my South American
FIFA
team, man.
FIFA banned them from doing that. They deducted 3 points from them. I think they failed the
Oof.
player that was not supposed to play. For me, see this Brazil team, if they did not go to the World Cup, it will not surprise me, Nana. It will not.
That would
It
be
won't surprise
crazy, man.
me. Nana, the last World Cup, what did they do? Nothing. Will it surprise me? It won't surprise me because Brazil have regressed. A lot of regression has happened. They have regressed a lot. So am I gonna expect them to do well in the World Cup? I'm not gonna expect them. Okay, and now if they go to the World Cup, what are they gonna do? Are they gonna do in the World Cup? Zero.
They're not gonna win. No, they're
Mm-hmm.
not gonna win. No. They won't. No. They won't win. They won't win. I mean, it's
Oh,
twenty twenty
Damian
three.
said Ecuador had a player wrongly documented against Chile last cycle and got punished this cycle with -3 at the start. Okay.
Okay. Damn. I'd lie. Damien been seeing our boy Kendry though. I thought, Damien be looking at our guy Kendry though.
Damian, you can join
Damien,
the show,
man, chat
brother.
to me. I'm tell yo,
Kendrick Pius?
yeah, man, because he starts for Ecuador
Yeah, he's been playing very
with
well. Well,
Caicedo.
mm-hmm.
So I've been watching obviously because Caicedo and Kendry are there.
And yeah,
I've been tapping in occasionally. I didn't tap in last game, but the games
yeah.
before that
Mm-hmm.
have been earlier in the day, so I got to watch a few games, man. I like Ecuador. I do like Ecuador. If Brazil aren't careful, I will say this, I'm like, if Brazil
Mm-hmm.
aren't careful,
Yeah.
they need to
So he
start
also
winning some
said
games.
Argentina and Uruguay currently the two favorites for the Copa America this summer. I won't be surprised. I won't be surprised. Kendrick is cold. Yeah, Kendrick is cold. Kendrick Pius
Mm.
is cold. Man. Now, Damien, I will not rule out Ecuador too for the Copa America. I won't rule them out though. I will not rule them out. I
Those
won't.
guys just, those guys Ecuador know how to hustle, man. They know how
Yes.
to hustle
They
with
have
with
hustlers
some
a lot in
technicals
that team.
there,
Yeah.
So we'll see. I mean, we we s- we. This is a
Wait,
point as well.
what would take Brazil not to go to the World Cup? Are they gonna finish? They have to finish in.
I don't know the logistics of the
Damien,
South America.
what is are they, do Brazil need to finish 8 or 7 for them to miss out on the World Cup? What do they have to do?
And then
Only
Abdullah.
problem is Ecuador doesn't have a gun man, and then Valencia has
Yeah.
regressed a lot. They don't have a strike. I agree. I agree.
Oh, I remember. You see, Ender Valencia played for Everton. Abdullah, man.
No, it
This is
did.
what I mean. Everton on Premier League heritage, but even then, Abdullah, sorry, the actual standard. As much as Brazil, you can say Brazil have regressed. Yeah, that's true. The actual standard of football in South America is comfortably clear of any continent
I agree.
in the world.
I agree.
Comfortably clear.
Mm-hmm.
So it's tough. These South American games aren't easy, man. They're not easy.
I know he's in, and I was just I was doing. I'm like, how on earth is this kind of how are this team playing this kind of match? How in this
Yo,
those conditions, those tackles? I'm like, what the fuck?
I don't. I'd
Okay,
like
they said top 6 is a guaranteed qualification, 7 is a playoff
the
spot.
playoffs. Okay, so you see what I mean? Okay, okay, all
Oh,
right.
so now is Argentina, Puerto Colombia, Venezuela, Brazil, Ecuador. Then Paraguay. If they play this way, Paraguay will have to go to playoff. Okay, interesting.
Okay, okay, okay.
So Brazil needs to finish 8th or ninth before they can.
Right.
It's still
I
time.
remember. Do you remember those years ago, Abdullah, where Argentina were on the outside looking
Yeah.
in,
Mm-hmm.
and they had to win their last game to qualify?
Qualify, yes. I remember those matches. Yeah.
Yo, I mean, we'll see. We'll see.
I
I
think
just think the
it's
defense,
too early
man,
for Brazil.
Brazil.
Brazil will pick up point. It's too early for me. They will pick up. They will pick up for me. But this is the problem now. They want Carlo Ancelotti for the Copa America. They want him for the Copa America. Ancelotti is who they want for the Copa America. That's where the dilemma is right now because we know Ancelotti he favors experience a lot. He loves experience. With a player like Thiago Silva, he would bring him back to the squad.
No, I don't know what the issue with Thiago Silva was, but has he hasn't retired?
Mhm.
Has he retired? I don't think
No,
he's
no, he has not
retired.
retired. So Brazil is fine. There are no wars on Bolivia, Chile, Paraguay.
That's the issue. That's the issue. That's the issue because because it's top six. I think Damien's right. They're fine, but just on a footballing level, that
Yeah.
defense, bro. For me, is that defense. Is that even the midfield to a degree, but it's
Mhm.
that defense, man. They need to sort that defense out now.
That defense is beyond me. Man. That's a joke of a defense. That's a joke. That's a joke of a defense for me. That is a joke of a defense. Lord have mercy. I think Brazil for me will be fine though. They will be fine for me. They will be fine. Whether people like it or not for me, I think Brazil will be fine for me, man. They'll be fine for me. I don't think they are bad in time. I don't think Brazil are bad for me though. I think they'll be fine.
They on Italy, man. They're on. They do have some talent on there,
Mhm.
so they'll be okay. But Argentina's Argentina.
Yeah,
Your guy with Bielsa seem to have.
done very well for me. I think the one thing you can give Tite is defensively solid. Yes, yes. When you look at Tite is a very defensive solid manager. I agree. I do agree. I do. But now look at them. For the last World Cup they came in Qatar, Brazil did not lose any match in the qualifying round because they had Tite. Tite was a defensive manager. It won't come out. But this manager they have right now is playing a progressive football, which is making them consider a lot of goals. It's playing a progressive football, which for me is making them consider a lot of goals with the progressive football they play. For me, that's for me. That's where the problem is at the moment right now. Because of the progressive football they play, they are conceding so much goals. It doesn't help them for me. It does not. It doesn't. It doesn't, man. It doesn't. I don't know where they get the guy from, but I think even if Ancelotti comes in, the way Ancelotti will improve a lot of those players for me because he's an experienced manager. How far can they go? How far?
Wait, wait. Can you hear me? I was like,
I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you.
okay. Sorry, I think my mic was something was with my mic.
Mhm.
Yo, Damien, who would you say has been the surprising team out of this qualification as well? If you could send in your comments. Who's been the because I'll say Ecuador, but I don't think it's surprising. I think Ecuador have just normally been good, but
Yeah.
you could say Venezuela to be fair. I don't know based on the results.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Venezuela. That's what he's saying. Yeah,
They are not bad. They are not bad.
Venezuela. I don't know
Easily
how they play, man,
Venezuela.
but they hustling.
Interesting. We might see a surprising team in the 2026 World Cup though. It will be surprising to see because remember the World Cup is 48. No, it's not 32 anymore. It's 48 this year.
Oh, that's a bunch of BS, man.
It's 48 this year. It's 48.
Yeah, I know, but it's just unfortunate. Oh, I hate that, man.
It's 48. It's not 32. It's 48. So you can't do anything about it. It's been expanded to 48 because they want to give other countries chances of qualification. In Africa, you have to
Is
play.
that what you believe?
In Africa too, you have to play 10 matches in Africa to qualify.
But Abdullah, is that what you believe?
It's 48. It's gonna be 48.
No, I know that, but do you
I
believe
don't believe that.
it's for money, man? It's for money.
Money and corruption. I don't believe that. I don't believe that for me.
Yeah, it's for money, man.
People think all of us are daft. No, it's all about money. It's money for me.
It's for money, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see though. We'll see.
See, he said they look good so far. I think Brazil should start Enrique against them. They need a striker. Enrique might be the guy though. Might be the guy.
Hey, listen, I'm like, I've seen. You know what should be another topic of conversation, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. There should be, when there's more people, you could probably have this.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's me, right? But these kids, I'm like, these 17, 18-year-olds
yeah,
have a case to be starting for big sides like Lamine Yamal.
Mm-hmm.
I think he should start for Spain.
I think it's starting for Spain already.
He's starting for Spain. That is crazy to me.
But the problem is they have to manage them though, because they are young.
They're young, isn't it? Yeah, man.
They will get a lot of injury.
Pedri, Gavi.
And look at Chelsea with regards to Mikhail Modric is 22. And look at the way Poch is playing him. He doesn't want to rush him too much. He's playing bit by bit. People are like, I don't know.
He's a make-a-wish kid, man.
Relax. Same thing with Noni Madueke, which I've been saying with Noni. I've been saying the same thing. Noni needs to prove to Poch is ready to play. And I think the reason he's not been playing is because of Cole Palmer.
Yeah.
It's because the form Palmer is, you cannot drop Palmer. You cannot put him on the bench now. No. Because the way both of them play are different. None is more of like a 1v1 winger who loves to hold the line and beat opposition. Palmer is more of a creative player who plays on half space.
Yeah.
Who wants to play in half spaces. So they are different kind of caliber of player when you look at both of them.
Different profiles. Noni needs to improve. There's no doubt about that. He needs to improve. We just have to, again, we have to wait and see. See.
Because if he does not get enough game time this year for me, he should get a loan next year. He should get a loan.
But Abdullah, my thing is that
Angelo is coming back. For me, who is even playing much better in Strasbourg than Noni? That one is even worrying to me. It's playing much better. I'm like, if Angelo is playing much better than Noni, then there's a problem with his mentality. It's not even about his talent for me. It's all about Noni's mentality for me.
No, you can't. For me, you can't say that because there's 11 players on the pitch, right?
Yeah.
So if Cole Palmer is starting, Noni's not going to play. Angelo's playing, to be fair, and he's playing well. So let me not act like I'm not happy that Chelsea are having players that are playing well.
Mm-hmm.
Noni needs to take his chance when he gets the opportunity to play. That's the only thing.
That's my problem. Will he take his chance? That's my problem.
Will he get a run of games? Probably not. But he has to force the issue, which we'll have to see. If you think if here's my question to you, Abdullah, as well. Here's my question to you, Abdullah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You think Poch can't bench Sterling if he keeps on playing like this? So Modric's on the outside too. This is my issue. This is what me and Cruz were saying.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
What happens? Because you have to play the informed players, right?
Yes.
And these players on the bench, Modric or Noni, even though Modric will probably be one of the first guys off the bench, right? More so than Noni.
Mm-hmm.
These guys need to develop.
That is where the problem is. Our wingers are in form.
Sterling can't get dropped, man.
He can't get. That's what I'm saying. If Christopher Nkunku comes in, he has to work his way up to this.
100%. 100%.
And if he work his way up into the squad and is in form, then who do Poch do up? Gallagher is in form. Caicedo is coming back to get in form. Enzo Fernandez is being wishy-washy. So what does he do? Who does he do up?
We'll see, man. We'll see.
Who does he do up? That's the big question. Who does he do up? But that's a different conversation.
That's for Poch, man. That's for Poch.
Because when I look at the Brazil national team and I look at them, the whole Brazil that I've watched, because I started watching I know Abdul is old than majority of what And Abdul is young, is older than us when it comes to
Oh,
footballing. When I
yo.
started watching
Big
Brazil,
up, big up.
Whoa, Abdullah. No, stop disrespect, please. Right? If I'm passionate about something, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really mean you have to stop poking me. Okay. This evening, I was watching Nigerian Senegal or Senegal Nigeria 1992 Nations Cup. Okay. I don't have to watch it, but I had to study a player there, so I went back to study it, to watch it.
Wait, time out,
I've-
time out,
I've-
time out, time out. Abdul, sorry. Who's the player you
yeah.
were studying?
I wanted to watch Stephen Keshi,
Okay.
who
What
used to
what
be
what did you take? What did you take from the game?
which game?
The game you were watching, the Senegal Nigeria.
I've only watched the first half.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, but he's a DM, if not one of the best DM Africa's ever seen.
Mm, mm,
He played in Europe in the 80s, early 90s, all over the place. France, Belgium, played in all the big games, all the big stadium. I saw
mm,
him playing against Barcelona at the new camp.
mm.
And this guy, man, this guy is just top notch.
so,
And the
Do you,
reason I went to watch it was because I was having a discussion on how I still believe Mikel Obi did not fully fulfill his potential.
yeah.
And I was trying to, um,
Do you wait? Sorry,
no,
sorry, Abdullah. Sorry,
mm-hmm.
but Abdul,
yeah,
is there a player that you could say is similar that I would probably know, like in terms of the way they played, the profile? Is there
to who?
to Keshi?
Oh, to Keshi. Um, sort of like in his prime, he used to be like when what's his name? Yaya Toure used to play DM for Man City.
Mm,
Yeah, them kind of player. Who is like to Yaya Toure. Yaya's the younger brother. Yeah,
mm,
Yaya
yeah,
Toure. Or to somebody like Patrick Vieira, if you know Patrick Vieira, or
yeah,
like Mikel Obi, but to a very high level.
mm,
You know what I mean? Like he used to score goals as well.
yeah.
Like just the kind of like sit tight kind of DM. So he'll be like some kind of Michael Essien.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Um,
guys, smash the like button, guys, smash that like button, guys, like that vid, guys. People watching, you can share to your all social media platform, your fiance, your wife, your girlfriend, guys. Smash the like button, guys. Smash the like. This is the best YouTube you can ever see. So smash the like button, guys. Smash this freaking like button.
Wait, let me. Can I ask? Sorry, Abdullah. Sorry, because I didn't have it.
Right.
Can I ask Abdul one more question?
Go ahead.
yeah.
Suleiman Sani. Is that how you say his name? Suleiman Leroy Sani's dad.
Yeah, Suleiman Sani. Yeah. I was watching him. He was playing in that game.
He was playing like him. How good was
Yeah,
he as a player?
he's very quick, man.
Mm,
He's very quick. And at some point, I think he was rated the quickest player in German league.
mm,
So you would say he plays like his son, or his
yeah,
son plays like him, but he's more technical, and he wasn't a winger. He was just like a dynamic midfielder, like very
yeah.
quick. Yeah.
Yeah,
So I love watching him, and he was actually playing in that game.
He was playing in that
Although
game you're watching as well. Wow.
although it seems from the first half we were dominating more, or we were more aggressive, or
Mm,
Nigeria was more aggressive and creating a lot of chances.
yeah,
So, but in that game, we definitely better than the team we have now. So every player, I mean,
player for player.
everybody, player for player. I mean, the pressing. Rashid Yakin, who was their striker, and Siasia was even doing. I was like, what? So these guys used to press like this in those days.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, they had a much better team than they have now. The team they have now is garbage. You know. So
So Abdul,
Yeah.
Brazil national team. What is going on with Brazil national team? Give me a take.
Yeah. I was actually listening in the background
Mhm.
before I joined. So
What is going on with Brazil?
I just had to quickly join because I don't know for how long you're staying and
Mhm.
but I might be going in and out because I'm like doing something on the side. So you could remember before the World Cup, we were having this discussion and I made this statement and I said this current Brazilian team is the worst Brazilian team I've seen in the last decade. That was before the World Cup.
Mhm.
And I think two people from the panel actually jumped on me and they were like, oh, am I saying this Brazilian team is worse than the 2014 team that got beat by Germany
I think that
7-1
was
or
me.
so? Yeah, and they sort of like they sort of like um sort of twisted my mind on it and I got even a bit confused. Like then I went to reflect and I was thinking after that I was thinking like I wasn't sure of like what I said again. So that's the problem sometimes you have when you have many people against you. They make you sort of like shift your thoughts sometimes. So I said, after a while, I was like, what kind of statement? And then and then the World Cup started, and then I started changing my mind again, and I started thinking like, oh, maybe it's not the worst Brazilian team in the past 10 years. Maybe I just like, I just goofed. But now people are starting to see what I said then, and this team is the worst Brazilian team since 2010. I'm sorry to say. I love Brazil. I don't think anybody loves Brazil. I love everything about Brazil. I don't know why I haven't been there. I wanted to go there a few years ago, but then it's a very long journey to sit on a plane.
Yeah.
And I don't like flying that much. So I changed my mind again. So I love everything about Brazil, the country, the culture. I mean, I was watching a documentary about is it about a town, the
Mhm.
Afro town in Brazil, the one with the highest population. What's it called again?
Is it the
Curitiba.
Oh no, Salvador.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought it was
Salvador. Yeah.
Curitiba.
No, I think they said it's Salvador. I think
Okay.
I think it used to be even be like the previous capital of them days.
okay?
So I love every. So it's not like a bias against Brazil, but it's just like what I'm seeing. Like I've never seen what I'm seeing now in a Brazil team. Like there's practically nobody there. There's no one in that team. If you take Neymar out, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's part of the I suppose that's part of the reason why Neymar has not had like a more successful career. There's nobody there to help him.
Mm-hmm.
There's nobody there to help. Practically nobody. Richarlison, the striker, what? Martinelli. Martinelli would in those days. Martinelli
Oh,
wouldn't
that's
even
foul.
be. He would even be a ball boy of the Brazilian national team.
Gabriel Magalhaes. Imagine that.
I think like, what the heck is happening? So
And this is the fourth time since 2010 they've lost to Colombia at home. At home.
see, I'm not even looking at that. I'm looking at the quality of the game, the quality of football they're producing. So the thing is, I'm not shocked where they are because I've sort of like seen this. I've sort of like concluded that this Brazilian team is very poor.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not really surprised. I hope they make the World Cup 2026 World Cup.
Mm-hmm.
But if they make the World Cup, right? In terms of quality, the world will really miss them. But I hope they make the World
Look at
Cup.
the Brazil bench. It is horrible. Bro, Lord have mercy. Cha.
So it's not even, it's like the game I was watching, it's not even like them losing. Any team can lose. It's like what I was seeing, thinking, what the heck is this? This is like garbage. But this is where international football gets interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. In 2 years, everything could change.
Yeah, I think that
Yeah.
people get Ancelotti into the squad. So Ancelotti is the ideal
No,
take
no,
right.
there's nothing a manager can do. You either have the players or you don't have. They can't. Is he going to buy players? He's not going to buy players in the national team.
I agree.
And as a manager, you hardly see them anyway. You only
No,
see them once a year, and you
Abdul,
see them. Yeah.
but Abdul, sorry to cut you off.
Mm-hmm.
I said something earlier. I don't know if you were listening, right?
Yeah.
But I've seen because I don't watch the games, obviously, unfortunately. But I've been seeing people say, uh, Brazil are missing Thiago Silva, and so obviously because he's been a Chelsea player, it got me pondering, what is the
Hmm.
level of impact? Because it's true, Brazil's
Now let me
defensive
tell you
record.
this. Now let me tell you this. Right. Anybody who says Brazil has been missing Thiago Silva is because they haven't been watching Thiago Silva at Chelsea, especially
Mm,
this season. That's the
mm.
reason why you say that they are not missing any Thiago Silva. Okay. The only reason why Thiago Silva's errors are not highlighted is just because he's Thiago Silva. Like in the last game, people forgot this guy scored what do you call it,
An own goal,
uh,
yeah.
against us. Okay.
That
I
means Brazil are
was,
missing Neymar, Thiago Silva, and Casemiro.
no, it's if this is the kind of players they need now, as of today, they're in problem.
But they are. But Abdul, you're right. They are in a problem. They're not going to win.
And now let me just make this point about Thiago Silva.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Every game, okay, I know you cannot go back and watch it. Every game this season that Thiago Silva played, he makes one mistakes in those games. He makes a critical mistake.
Yeah, I agree.
Next time when Chelsea's playing, maybe just watch Thiago Silva.
Yeah, he
Just
does
watch
make mistakes.
watch it. He makes a fundamental mistake in every game.
Yeah, but you still need this experience to have been. You need
No,
this
but
experience.
the thing is, but the thing is, because he's Thiago Silva, they don't highlight it. If that was Disassis making those mistakes, we will have cancelled
Oh,
Disassis'
they would
contract
kill
by
them.
now and send him back to France.
Yes, you know why? Because because you know why? Thiago Silva has something in his bag where he can say, "I am Thiago Silva." So that could
He
just
doesn't. Thiago Silva doesn't have anything. People just like him.
Abdul, he does, he
Just
does.
like him, and they love
Abdul,
to see him.
Abdul, he
They
does.
like
Abdul.
Thiago
him.
Silva has won so many in his career.
This is football. Look, let nobody see. Okay? A lot of people know. What I've realized is I've got to be careful how I actually discuss football because sometimes some people get to me. Okay, everybody knows football. Even if you go speak to like a 10-year-old kid, he will talk to you about football. But it's not everybody that understands football. There's levels to these things.
Mm.
Okay, nobody needs Thiago Silva. The
Okay.
problem is they just like him. There's nothing wrong in liking people. And there's nothing wrong if people just want to see you play. There's nothing wrong in that. But when it comes to the nitty gritty of football basics, this guy makes fundamental mistakes with every game we play.
Okay. Abdul.
I'm
Abdul.
talking about basic mistakes. Basic
Yo,
mistakes.
Abdul, you know what is? I actually hear you because I was so no, because I've been on your not on your side because there's no sides to this. I've been I resonated with your statement, right?
Mm-hmm.
My only issue is Abdul is in terms of the organizational sense. That's my issue. So in terms of actually setting the defense up, if you get what I mean, not in terms of his individual errors. I've seen that throughout the game. I can tell you, Aston Villa
No,
suicidal
no,
error. Um,
no, I'm not
uh,
saying he's a bad. I'm not saying he's a bad human being or a bad player. I didn't say
no,
he's a
yeah,
bad.
that's. I'm just saying with
Just saying.
him, it's
I'm
more
just saying.
so.
I'm making reference to people saying that Brazil is missing him.
But in
Okay.
terms of, but Abdul, I think it's in terms of the organization because these defenders look lost out there. Abdul.
No, no, but it's not um um it's not Thiago Silva's fault or anybody's fault that we don't have players. We don't have this kind of players. And
Mm,
every player we have is getting injured. If two of your main central defenders have like serious injuries and you are only going out to buy 22 years old, of course you will need a Thiago Silva for them.
Yeah, you will.
Okay.
There's no doubt in it.
So if he fits into what he's doing at the moment at Chelsea, But let nobody talk to me about Thiago Silva when it comes to football. In terms of other things, organization, giving direction, being a leader, encouraging them, coaching them,
Marquinhos is trash.
it's A class. But in terms of football, okay, he should be on the bench. But it's not his fault. It's not his fault that he's not on the bench.
Yeah, it just good. Yeah, I agree with Abdul because if you look at Silva, so Abdul,
He's not
Nana,
going to
you
add,
know me very well.
he's not going to
He's
add
made,
anything.
he's made a lot of mistakes this year. He's made a lot of mistakes this year. Not even one.
This guy Abdul.
No. He made a mistake against Nottingham Forest. You remember? Silva made a mistake. Aston Villa, he made mistake. You remember? I can't forget those mistakes Silva made. Player is beating you from the midfield. Kick him away. Get the yellow card. Move on. Same thing with Nottingham Forest. Elanga nutmeg you. Kick the guy away. Get the yellow card. Move on. You were like,
that is where we see, there's something called football profiling. Okay, there's nothing wrong with. I'm not saying there's something wrong with it, but we still have to acknowledge there's something called football profiling. If it wasn't Brazilian, if it was English, you guys would have crucified him by now. I mean, oh God, man, they will have cancelled him totally.
Fair enough. But again, like I said, if you look at this Brazilian national team for me, this team doesn't inspire me. Watching outside, I'm like, what the heck is going on with this team?
You see, with this Brazilian national team, I'm just praying before the next World Cup. Vini Junior is in form. Rodrigo is in form.
Vini is out already. It's 3 weeks out. 3 weeks.
No, I said by the World Cup, next World Cup.
Okay.
Yeah, next World Cup. Like Vini Junior is in form. Rodrigo is in form. Okay. And they are able to find somebody who can score goals at him.
They're looking into Hendrik. They're relying on Hendrik.
Why will you rely on a 60-year-old kid? I don't get it. Like, why would you depend on a 60-year-old kid? If we're talking about Brazil in a World Cup, are you joking?
Oh, Abdul, let me ask you a question. Sorry.
Let me just finish this. But then, nobody knows how talented this kid is. Because because we relied on Rooney at 18. You get it? We relied on Michael Owen at 18. So it's not a total taboo. I'm just saying, let's be realistic when it comes to football. But I wouldn't be watching this kid and thinking ahead and saying like, "Oh, this is our savior when we get to the next World Cup." But he might hit that form. He might actually be that guy.
It's possible.
We don't know. It's possible. Exactly. That's good phrase. It's possible. But as a Brazil manager, I won't be looking at him and think like, "Oh, this is the guy who's going to rescue us in the next World Cup." But he might end up being the guy.
But I hope, will you be shocked if you don't make it to the World Cup? Will you be shocked?
No, I won't be shocked. I'm not really shocked if anybody don't make it to the World Cup because I've seen it over the years. I've seen a lot of big teams sometimes not making it. Holland, as good and as big as they were, they didn't make the 2002 World Cup.
Italy didn't make it.
Italy, not even Italy. I mean, 2002 World Cup, they had all the big names.
They didn't make. Yeah,
I
remember that.
Overmars. You know, all the big names. Van Nistelrooy. No, Van Nistelrooy, I think, was injured. Hasselbank. They had all the big superstars. When you talk about European superstars, they had all of them. But they didn't make it to the World Cup. So, although I want them to make it to the World Cup because it just to me, World Cup is just like a celebration of football.
Yeah.
It's not a war to me. So I would like Brazil to be there, and I think Brazil is going to be there. What's the number they want for next World Cup?
Apparently, it's top 6. Abdul, sorry, it's top 6.
7 goes to playoff. Top 6.
So they're going to make it. They're going to make it. I'm like almost certain that they're going to make it. So
yeah. I still want towards them to say almost certain. That certain is a big word. I'm not sure.
What do you guys think of Rodrigo though? I don't know, man.
You see, the thing is with Rodrigo is some of these kids in that level of football, they already have the talent. There's no denying it. They already have the talent. Then the rest boils down to motivation, environment, how they themselves are obsessed with it. Like I was watching an interview, and Raheem Sterling was, I think, after the first game, or is it against Luton or so, he was saying, "Oh, I just want to be obsessed with football again." Okay, so what that means is he at some time he has forgotten about football, and he misses being obsessed with football, and he's able to tell the difference. Okay, remember in this stream we've said this is the best Raheem Sterling we've seen since Liverpool.
Yeah, this is the best. Yeah.
So what we're saying actually aligns with his current mindset. So some of this kid, it's not like the talent is not there. It's just other parameters, other ingredients that they need to showcase. I believe if they are not too mentally strong, maybe Bellingham might sort of affect them. Affect. I would say I'm a bit worried about Vini and Rodrigo this season because I think Bellingham's performance might have a negative knock-on effect on them because they've been grafting for like 4 seasons now,
Yeah.
and Benzema has left, so naturally they think they're taking over the
Yeah.
mantle and they are becoming the superstars of Madrid. And suddenly Bellingham comes and he's getting all the accolade and he's performing and he's delivering and it's more or less like he's overtaking them in like no time.
No time. Yeah.
So I'm scared that this Bellingham's performance might have maybe a negative knock-on effect on them. And in the last Madrid game that I watched, they weren't looking for Bellingham that much. Like
He didn't even play, he didn't even play the last match because he was injured.
no. The one I watched, Bellingham was played.
Okay.
I don't. Maybe that's not the last match, but the last game I watched for Madrid, Bellingham was playing, and they went finding him, trying to find him. And if you've played football, you'll be able to see this. When somebody comes and is the superstar, you would think naturally as a spectator, they're trying to always find him. Okay. But in that game I watched, they weren't trying to find him. Everybody was just trying to, play for themselves. So I'm thinking like, what's going on there?
Fair enough. Let's see.
So,
Now,
but Rodrigo is talented, and
I like what they go do. I like what
if he gets his head right, it might be a different matter totally.
I also think, before we kind of move on to the last one, I also think this international football, especially when wearing the country's jersey, is a little bit very, very big because the players wants to perform. Which brings me to the entire talk. Abdul, I'm going to go to you on this.
Is it time, Abdullah?
It's time. See, Abdul, I've said it from day one. I'll repeat myself again. I have clocked out, back out, log out, sign out, leg out, everything out since 2006 in Angola. Angola just literally just tell me adios to Super Eagles of Nigeria, and it will never be the same anymore. Even when we won the 2013 African Cup of Nations, I wasn't even feeling happy because I did not celebrate that moment. Like I expect us to win it. It's Stephen Keshi, so it's okay. I understand. Let's move on. So Angola just told me adios to Super Eagles of Nigeria, and what is happening to the national team right now? What is happening to the national team right now is a joke. Nigeria football, Nigeria national team especially, is a joke of a country / continent.
Abdullah, let me
Why?
just. I know where you're going. Relax. I know where you're going. Let me just go to there. Okay. The reason you're angry, okay, is actually because you are not based in Nigeria. Okay, that's the reason why you are. Well, the reason why I said that is there's too much football out there than for you to get, over deflated about any team. I was reading a piece and they said most young people in Nigeria now, Abdullah, listen to this, right? Most young people in Nigeria now are actually worried about betting on football games than actually watching the Super Eagles. Like all these young guys that run around, like you see them in Vincent, they're not rushing there because they want Nigeria to win or lose. They're just rushing there because they've gone to bed. No, they're just like thinking about their own pocket. Because there's so much football out there. Like no, you cannot get depressed about football anymore. There's too much good football out there. You know what I mean? To assimilate where you don't really need to get angry. Okay, that's number one. Number two is uh, number two is related to what I'm just saying. Number one, like the times have moved on where in those days we only look forward to there might be like just like 4 games being played by Nigerian national team, and that's what we are going to be looking forward to all year because we didn't have access to watching all these European leagues then. So you're only looking forward to the one that you actually feel the most part of is the Super Eagles, and maybe they're playing like 4 or 5 games that season. So when the disappointment comes, you're gonna be so down and so disappointed. But football has moved on, and the world has moved on. There's too much football there. And another thing is, like we said earlier on, like we're talking about Brazil, you can hire 50 Ancelotti for Brazil, but this is international football. You're not going to say because I have a poor right back, so I'm going to go buy a right back. You only deal with what you have. And like rightly we said on the studio, that team is made up of like 50 good strikers and nothing else. They don't even have a keeper. That guy's a college keeper. I, that guy cannot keep for some secondary schools in Nigeria. If he didn't have that name and he wasn't playing in some random league in Europe, if they just called him from a neighborhood and they said, "Oh, after 20 minutes they take him off, man," like he's garbage.
Oh,
You know what I mean? So, but then we shot ourselves on the foot, okay, because we don't bring in coaches that understand Nigerian football. You see, that's where the problem is.
Abdul,
That's where the administrators are making a mistake. You have to bring in somebody that understand the national football.
but Abdul, I get you, but I want to say
Hold,
something.
hold, hold on, let me just make it. Just like everybody was saying, if what's it? Terry Venables are taking England to the 1998 World Cup and not Glenn Hoddle,
Mm-hmm.
it might have been a different story.
Na lie, na lie, na lie. They're not going.
Welcome back.
They're not
I
going
said,
now.
I said if now. I said if, okay?
If
Because
it's a conditional word, but it's okay.
yeah, but it's a condition
Was
that
Terry Venables really a better coach than Glenn Hoddle?
at that time now, at that time, didn't you watch them? Did you see the kind of football England were producing in 1996 Euros? So
Yeah.
everybody was thinking like, wow, if Venable had just taken them to the 98 World Cup, okay,
Nah, the 98 World Cup had a lot of better teams than the European teams, though.
No, say that again. I mean,
The 98 World Cup had better teams than the Euro 96 European teams. In 98, the Germany team that won the Euro 96 were weaker, right? There were also upcoming teams like Croatia in that 98 World Cup who were banned in the 96 World Cup because of the war going on there, right?
We understand all that. We understand all that, okay? But then people will say, did you see have you seen the did you take note of the 1996 England squad?
Yeah, they played ball, yeah.
And Glenn Hoddle was a young manager and he was taking a lot of risk. Playing a young Gary Neville, playing a young David Beckham. Maybe Venables wouldn't have taken that risk. Okay, but that's just by the side.
Yeah, he wouldn't have taken so sure.
The same way some people would say
wouldn't have taken Michael Owen, who was 16. To the
exactly and start him. Thank you very much. I don't think
and start him against although he scored against Argentina though.
although it's scored against Argentina, but you still lost.
Yeah.
You know, and some people would say, oh, if Sam Allardyce had been able to coach England for like 10 games, we would have seen a different England because of his man. But I mean, that's by the way, but you kind of know what I'm saying. So the thing is, we shot ourselves on the foot in Nigeria because most of the time we hire coaches that don't understand the national football.
Nope.
So they are lost.
That's true. That's a fact.
So that's the place where we shoot ourselves on the foot. So but in terms of a national team, okay, you are who you are. You cannot do anything. You only have to make the most of what you have. Okay, you cannot go buy a right back or buy a keeper because you don't have one, or buy a striker because you don't have one. That's just international football for you. But that's the mistake I see we've been doing, especially for the past 10 years, because our administration and management of our team has been improving for the past 10 years. But that's the most critical piece, and that's where they still keep getting it wrong. Okay, so this team, as far as I'm aware, they are going to the African Nations Cup. Okay, that's where I might get a bit, temperamental about what they deliver and what they don't deliver. But in terms of the World Cup,
let him finish because.
But in terms of the World Cup, if they get there, fine. World Cup is just jamboree for me. If they don't get there, fine. I'm still going to enjoy my World Cup. I might actually be in America for the next World Cup. I don't know. So they're not going to spoil.
You're welcome, Abdul.
But wait. And this is
they're not going to spoil my fun.
Yes, but this is.
If they make it, fine. They don't make it. They don't make it. Yes. I only measure them. I measure them by what they do, what they deliver in the Nations Cup. But remember, I want to let me just say this statement.
Right.
But remember, in the World Cup, time of the World Cup, we said it at the Blue Studio, that if you want the best out of your national team, the best approach is to invest in your local league.
Yeah.
If you don't invest in your local league, everything else you're doing is just, and see what Saudi Arabia is doing. You would think that people in Saudi Arabia were listening to us at the Blue Studio. Yeah. After the World Cup, what happened? They just started investing in their local league.
And their players are going to be better. When next they play international tournament, maybe the Asian Cup, you see that their players will actually be more enabled, and because they've seen better players now playing in their league with them, and they will improve.
They are playing regular football with better players. See what they did to Argentina in the
first match. Yeah.
See what they did to Argentina, and their football didn't stink. They actually played quality football. Okay, so the thing is, all this running around, like looking for who to play for, who will play for you, and all this stuff, that should just be secondary. The primary approach should be, let's keep investing in our team. Like when I was watching that team, when I was watching that Nations Cup game against Senegal, I didn't even know that Finidi played in 1992 Nations Cup, but he was on the bench.
Yes, he played. Yes,
he didn't even play. He was just on the bench.
Sharks of Port Harcourt in '92. Yeah.
No, exactly. They picked him up from Sharks of Port Harcourt. He was on the bench.
In Senegal '92. Yeah,
he was on the bench. I didn't even realize people like Ajibade Babalade. I don't think he even played outside the local league.
No, Ajibade played for 3SC, Shooting Stars.
And he was there. He was active. And I saw Emeka Nzego. Where did we pick Emeka Nzego from? From India. So all this.
No, that was good team building by Westerhoff, though. I don't think since then we built. And this team that we have currently, I could have,
because I want everybody to go around, but I get what you said. What is annoying me?
Nigeria needs spiritual prayers.
See what is going on with the national team. It's not even about issue. It's not about players, manager. Nigeria needs, in our country, Nigeria, we call it Ogbanji or Batala, the traditional. That is what Nigeria needs now. Nigeria needs to go to like somewhere like Abeokuta, Osun State, Ibadan, Kwara, all this kind of Ilorin state. Go and beg our forefather.
But Abdullah,
let me just have a sense of humor. No, Abdullah, as a sense of humor, I was listening to some people this evening as a sense of humor. You see all those spiritual powers you're talking about, okay?
Yeah.
They've chased them away. You know who chased them away? It was actually the Europeans. People think it was us that chased them away. No,
It wasn't
those
us.
spirits actually disturbed the Europeans. Okay, but the Europeans started like, Europeans' mentality are critical. They start asking questions. So they started asking questions for some of the locals, and some of the locals, because they are naive, they are telling the Europeans what to do. So leave all those ones who go to a big
Well, what I wanted to say, because
those ones have run away.
I'm gonna go to Emmy and everyone, but this is what I'm gonna say. I watched the what's called the Nations Cup and the Nations qualifiers and everything. I also watched the friendly match before this World Cup qualifier. And what is pissing me off is the NFF. It's not even the manager, because NFF does not know exactly what they are doing. Ose Pasero has lost 60% of his game in national team as a Nigerian national team. 6-0, not even 6-0. A manager who has a negative 6-0 is coaching the national team in Nigeria. That's one red flag. Another second red flag. I'm waiting for Blue Eyes because me and him will fight. I will tackle him big time, and I've said it again. I saw this start yesterday. I was just laughing when I saw this start because it make me laugh. So the whole Nigeria is telling me now, as a fans watching, all the whole global trillions in Nigeria, that without Victor Osimhen, we cannot win matches, because the stats shows whenever he plays Nigerian national team, Nigeria win 85% of the game. If he does not play, we win only 25% of the game. And I'm like, how do you, Abdul? I am confused, because how did Victor Osimhen, one guy in national team, can be an head to the national team? With him, we win matches, higher grade matches. Without him, we lose matches. I'm like, what the heck is going on with the national team? I am confused, because when we talk about Osimhen, people say because we just love Osimhen. Osimhen is a fantastic player, but how can Osimhen only dictate national team? It does not make any sense. He only cannot dictate national team because something is going on with the NFF, including the managers we have. Something needs to be done seriously. It needs to be done. Now, I don't even think we're going to make the World Cup. Now, it's going to be a back-to-back if we did not make the World Cup in 2026. Will I be surprised? No.
That'll be end of a generation.
Now, the generation of growing up will be like, Nigeria missed 2020, 2022 World Cup. We're going to miss 2026 World Cup again. Look at it now. Osimhen will be 25 in December. Look at it too. In the 2020 World Cup, he will be 27 or 28. It's getting to his prime. When will he play a World Cup for Nigerian national team? This is going to be his first AFCON as a 25 years old guy. His first AFCON in national team. It will be. It's getting to his prime too. We have some players there that are young, getting to that age where they'll have to make a decision. Do you have to come to the national team again? No, because national team has been a failure. It's been a failure. So we don't talk about Chukwueze, Boniface, Awoniyi Yanko. We also have to talk about other players that have gone like Finidi George, Stephen, Michael, Olise and Co. And so many. Those players have won continental football in terms of Nations Cup and Co. We talk about the big names now. Who are just coming from playing from a lot of big clubs in Europe, hasn't won anything for the national team. And we talked about them a lot in terms of club level, but they haven't won anything about club in terms of international football. We will look at that, and when someone said me to start it, I'm like, interesting. So you're telling me Victor Osimhen, with him, we have a winning rate of 85% winning rate with him on the pitch. Without him, national football is winning 25 without Osimhen. Osimhen has been injured. This is the second time he's been injured in the national team because he's coming to national team to play. Napoli has been getting pissed off with Nigeria, especially the NFF. When Amaju Pinnick was there was a rip between Amaju Pinnick and EDL with Osimhen. They were like, whenever he goes to national team, he gets injured. We don't enjoy Osimhen in Napoli. This is the second time in an international level Victor Osimhen is getting injured. It missed the first AFCON through injuries. It did not join the AFCON in injury. It was injured. Now he's injured again. Hopefully we make it to his first AFCON. It doesn't make any sense when it comes to the national team with the Super Eagles. Something needs to be done. Uzoho is the goalkeeper. I am confused. We bring in a manager who doesn't even understand Nigerian football. I'm like, what the fuck is going
Not just Nigerian football, African football. In fact, let me talk after you, Because man, this is becoming unbecoming.
Let me just talk. I beg. I don't want to even rant anymore.
See, the thing there about this whole settings in Nigeria and the Super Eagles, right? It comes down to our grassroots football has really suffered. Like Abdul was saying, right? Back in the days, we had a good pipeline. Our pipeline was rich. We were getting to the under 17s, under 21 World Cups. We were winning, either winning the under 17s or getting to the quarterfinal, semi-final, or even the final of the under 20s World Cups, right? We had a rich pipeline of boys, that were actually representing Nigeria in those World Cups, and then being exposed, going to Europe and then going through the academies in Europe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those days, Victor Ekpeba, all those boys, Victor Ekpeba, Olise, Olise didn't play on that underage football in Nigeria. Neither did Okocha. But if you understand, a lot like Muti Adepoju played on that 20 for Nigeria, and Duka Ogbade. Most of those guys came through the pipeline. Our football culture in Nigeria has dwindled. Back in the days, we used to have things like the Principals Cup, for secondary schools. And that Principal Cup was an avenue where you actually get talent. Talent, Wait, hold on.
I think Emi kind of busy.
Abdullah, because we were talking about the goalkeeper, Ozuho. The last what stream was it? A few streams ago, you guys were talking about this keeper, and I was like, "Why are you guys cussing this keeper?" And then I realized it's the keeper that remember against Man United. Is that keeper in it?
It was the one.
Yeah. No, carry on. I'm just laughing because this keeper is terrible, man. Oh.
Okay. What is the way forward for Nigerian national team? Because I don't know the way forward right now because we have regressed completely. And if we don't make it to the 2020s World Cup, see, national team just need to be dissolved. We need to just dissolve national team and just say adios from the NFF to the manager. We just have to see, the fans were hungry. See, I don't understand NFF. The fans have the right to get pissed off. They are seeing Boniface play for Leverkusen, Osimhen for Napoli, Alex Iwobi for Fulham, Kevin Bassi for Fulham, a lot of players, Taylor for Bayer Leverkusen. Those players turn up for their club. When it comes to national team, they look like crap. So many politics is happening in the Nigerian national team. Francis Uzoho is Nigerian goalkeeper. No. Since Vincent Eyama has retired for national team, we've now one prolific goalkeeper that can take us forward. I've been saying it for a very long time. Olorun Shogo Ojo is playing for Eyimba. That guy deserves a chance. He's not been given a chance. Eyimba won the CAF African Cup with Finidi George. George is assistant coach for the national team. But the Eyimba goalkeeper can get the first start ahead of Buzoho. I don't understand our national team and the coach. The coach is telling me, if I see a better goalkeeper, I will play him way better than Uzoho. Uzoho is my number one. Are you fucking mad? How can Uzoho be your number one when you have a better goalkeeper better than him? Even playing for the best team in Africa in Eyimba. I don't know what to say, man. Okay, please talk about Nigeria. I don't know. Just talk about Nigeria. Okay, what's the way forward?
I'll give you my take later. Let someone else go, Mumbo.
Oluwa, Super Chicken. Let's talk about Super Eagles, please. Oluwa, talk about Nigeria. Oluwa, are you there? I think Oluwa is busy. Cause you can have one or two things to talk about. I'm like, just talk about Nigeria national team.
Right. Me, I'm not in the place to say much. I don't really. I follow the squad because, like you said, a lot of the guys, Calvin Bassey, Owobi, Who's the big centre back?
We have Awoni.
Ajayi. Is Ajayi still there?
Shemi Ajayi. A place for West Bromwich Albion.
I don't know what's going on, man. Like with Nigeria, I always thought over the years. I don't know. Like you're telling me, it's the NFA. There's so many problems. I guess it's more than what I would know, because obviously the problems seem more than just the playing squad. Because if you go by the playing squad, it should be no issue. But it seems like the coaches, the goalkeeper,
we did not beat Lesotho at home and Zimbabwe. Kuz, this is more than football. Nigeria national team cannot beat Zimbabwe and Lesotho at home. Now, see, when Blue has talked to me about Osimhen, see,
Abdullah, can you pronounce that team again, please?
Wait. I got the emotional.
Abdullah,
yeah.
Just pronounce that team you said. Zimbabwe and what team again?
Whatever their name is.
It's called Lesotho. Come on.
Lesotho.
Good.
Whatever their name is.
I don't know the name, man.
Because
that's a country. Don't say whatever.
We've been here a lot when I talk about him. People like Abdullah is
disappointed.
And when I saw the shot, I was just laughing. I'm like, how can a single player have bigger win margin for national team? And when he doesn't play, we have low winning. And I'm confused. Why?
So who's playing for Zimbabwe now? Is Benjani? Is Benjani still playing? Who scored? Oh man, look, I don't know, man. I think for me, like I said, it seems like again, this is not. I think we spoke about it, me, you, and Abdul one time a few months ago. We spoke about the different factors that affect football in Africa, you know, and it's just the problem is that it's not just the playing squad, it's the preparation. I think we spoke about traveling to tournaments. We spoke about being able to pay your way into the squad if you're not even because like I was saying about the goalkeeper, you never know. His agent might have good connections to the NFA. I'm not saying he does, but these are things that when it comes to football, unfortunately, sometimes in Africa, these can be the issues that you're facing. You know, some players are making the squad over some players. You know, some people are just part of the squad, traveling, getting all the kit because they just somebody's friend, and the people aren't, and the team don't have the resources. They don't have two separate hotel rooms. There's 3 of them are sharing one bed. All the things that are important in football is preparation, and there's so many things that when you're seeing these young boys coming from Africa, going to Europe and going to academies, and they're getting the proper, the proper behind the scenes stuff in order for them to perform for those clubs. But when they're all coming together and then they're seeing, hold on a minute, we're with our country. And of course, our countries, we have problems, but we shouldn't not be able to put on a proper setup for football. So if people aren't getting the right food, right preparation, the right coaches, the right, everything that goes before it, then their performance without realizing will suffer because they're used to a certain mentality of if I play for England or when I'm playing in England for Fulham or I'm playing for Arsenal, I know, okay, I need to have this amount of preparation. I need to sleep this many hours. I need to have this kit next to me. I need to get this person to drop me in the morning. If it's all a bit unorganized or there's so many things that can throw off the preparation, I think that Nigeria team is too talented to be, like you said, drawing these type of games or losing these type of games. So I think it's probably more than just the football, man. I think you need to look at the whole setup, and that goes right back to the NFA. Like, are they doing the right things? When they get these boys together, who's coaching them? Who's making sure it's a professional environment that reflects their day-to-day professional environment? Because it's all going to say, you play for Arsenal, you should be good when you play for Nigeria. No, it doesn't work like that. Is the preparation the same? Is the coaching level the same?
Well, cool.
Is the intensity?
This is my question now. How can Victor Osimhen, with him, we have a winning rate of almost 90%, but if he doesn't play, we have 25 winning rate. I need an explanation for that. How can a single player, just one player, have a winning rate when Osimhen plays? Nigerian winning rate is 85%. When it doesn't play, it's 25%. I need an explanation for that. Maybe maybe with Osimhen, he's just like I don't want to say he's a special case, but maybe he's just a very good professional. I know John Obi Mikel had the podcast. He was talking about he has the mentality of like a Premier League player. He could play for Man United, Chelsea. He reminds him of personality a bit of Drogba. So maybe he's just one of those elite professionals. You get some of them in your national team. You get 1 or 2 players who are like that. But generally, I mean, someone like Ajayi playing for West Brom, playing for these teams, he needs to be on it 100%. He can't afford to just turn up to national team and perform good. Or Iwobi. I'm sorry, Iwobi's a good player, but is he good enough to just turn up? I don't know. He's an Everton level. He's an Everton level football. Fulham. You guys are Nigerians, so you might know better than me. But for me, I've never seen. Iwobi's a decent player, but
come on, we're talking about Premier League. Iwobi's not the 50th best right-sided player. So when he turns up for Nigeria, is he good enough to just turn up? He needs to be professional.
I get what you mean. You
know what I'm trying to say? He needs to be coached properly. He needs someone to like, yo, what are you doing? Because he knows in England he won't be able to do it. So when he comes to Nigeria, they need to have that same intensity. And I think that's probably maybe one avenue what they're missing. Because with all that being said, you shouldn't be drawing games to Zimbabwe. When I see what you guys are talking, I said Zimbabwe. I said, wow, God blind me.
They should have won, man. I watched that game. They should have won. They should have actually won the game as well, which is a shame. But
is the World Cup on the final? Is AFCON?
This is for the World Cup.
This is for the World Cup qualifier.
World Cup. That group is too. Now who's that bottom of the group? Is that Ben? Come on, man.
That's Republic. Yeah, Benin Republic.
But are you worried, Abdullahi, about not getting out of this group?
See, do you want me to be factual? No. Do you want me to be truthful or just be biased?
Go on.
If I want to be truthful, we're not going anywhere. if I want to be biased, we will qualify in God's hands. That's in God's hands. If I want to be truthful, we're not going anywhere. One, a lot of things is happening in the international team, from the NFF to the coach, even to the players. And I will refer it back again. I keep saying it. That's why I'm waiting for Blue Eyes to come in. He have a go at me when I talk about Osimhen. And I ask the same question again. Why is he only one player? With him, Nigeria turn up. We play like the best team in the world. If Osimhen doesn't play, we look swap. We look like a bunch of.
Maybe Abdullah, it's two games though. If you look at this group, I'm looking at it now. You've drawn 2 games, so maybe it's just you're a bit passionate. But there's still time, man. There's still because
there's 10 games. There's 10 games.
I'm telling you that we're not going to beat South Africa. Home and away. It's game over. Yeah, that is only the best thing in that team. See, with the way we are playing right now, we can't beat Rwanda. With the way we cannot even beat Benin Republic.
Benin. If you don't beat Benin, you don't deserve it. Then of course.
Where exactly are we getting the wins from?
Breathe, Abdullahi. Breathe.
Nana, our goalkeeper is Francis Uzoho.
But sorry, Abdullahi, let's make something clear if you don't mind, guys. Uzoho was not the only reason we're in this situation. So we're just saying Uzoho. We've always known Uzoho is not being a good goalkeeper like for long, so it's not new. He was there in the Nations Cup. We saw his ability, his quality. You know, for me, it's more of the federation and also the coach as well. Why do we always go for coaches, foreign coaches that are not like they're not A/B list? I don't understand. And we expect him to do magic. In the first place, that coach shouldn't be our coach in the first place. So you have this bunch of talent and you can't produce results. It's I don't know the right word to use right now, but for me, I'm not surprised. You played 2 games. We didn't lose the game, but we drew the games. It's very poor. You know, like it's something that it's a sequence. We do this all the time. When it comes to qualifying for the World Cup, it's always calculator. We always use to count points all the time. And for me, until we grow as a team, as a country, when it comes to football nation, you know, we'll still be in the same circle in the next tournament as well. I watched the game. I was stunned. We have a lot of quality in our team, but we can't score more than 1 goal. Like even if it's all, you know, is struggling at the back as a goalkeeper, or maybe our defense is not good enough. We have abundance of players that can bring in quality in terms of goals. We can't score.
But are you guys money as well?
So many of them. I'm like,
what? But are you guys holding the ball? What was the possession stats? Have you got the stats for the game? Because I want to know now. Because I'm interested. How did
Zimbabwe should have won that game, Cruz? They should have won that game.
Yeah, Zimbabwe. They should have won that game.
They should have won that game.
They should have won that game. Lesotho should have won that game too.
I didn't watch the Lesotho game, so I can't comment, man. It's because my friend is Zim, so we were watching the game. But they had, especially towards the end, they had a couple of chances
because
to win.
Olua, my question is, this is where it's gotten me confused. I look at the players we have around us, even the striker like Awoniyi, Boniface, and Co. And I'm like, if I'm going to pick those kind of players right now, I'm not even confident on them in terms of being prolific enough. Yeah, they can be prolific in that club. National team, they haven't done enough for me to say, okay, those people have done enough, a little bit enough for me to say I can have a go at them. Majority of fan base, when they talk about Osimhen, they always want to break our head. I'm like, is he the only one? Excuse me, sir, ma, sir, brother, sister, uncle, auntie. Victor is the only one who can put our heart on to score goals because it's clinical. With him, we win matches. Without him, we rubbish. So what do you want the fan base to do? When we're giving Osimhen the love it deserves. When we're giving him the love, because he deserves it to get the love. He's one of the national team. The rest of the team are a bunch of idiots.
Oh.
Period.
Yes, you can see they're not reliable. But at the same time, like you should be getting a result against
When
them.
I have the go at Blue Eyes, he thought when I talk about Osimhen, people say because I love Osimhen. How can one player have great 85% winning rate with him, national team, without him 25%? I am confused.
Is that Kim Black?
You can tell from his profile picture, absolutely.
Lua.
I don't know what to say, man. It's confusing, man. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say, man.
I know, look, took Africa to play, so I think we got to do something there. It's gonna be a tough one against South Africa.
We can't be South Africa in their home.
I don't know.
We cannot be them. We can't be them. We can't even be. We won't be with the way we are playing right now. Benin Republic and Rwanda, we will lose to them. So what next?
I understand, but like we have enough time to to regroup and improve on our performance. So
all our
I wouldn't
players
just
we can
write
play for
him off.
Osimhen to be fit. If Osimhen is not fit, we are finished as a country.
It's not
Why
just
don't
about
they
an
just
Osimhen thing. I
why
think
don't they
it's
just
a
break the
it's a
bank
team
from
collective team issue. It's not just about Osimhen. I don't know the
Why
way
don't they
we
just break the
play.
bank
I
and
don't
get
understand
like
what the
a top
coach is
coach?
doing.
If you are saying it's a collective team, we have Awuni who is firing from Nottingham Forest. Boniface
And that's what I'm saying. Like collectively as a team, like they're struggling.
Then okay, this is my question. Then why is it on him only? Where he comes to the national team, then from the defense to the attack, all of them their head became normal when
And that's what I'm saying. That's the coach's problem. If they're playing well in the club, that tells you the club, the coaches of the club are getting the best of them. They come to the national team, they're struggling.
I agree. I agree. That our coach, that Nigerian coach, this Pasero, he has no clue on anything. Like it's so bad. He's not good enough.
But guys, why don't they just go out and get a coach like Gus Hiddink, break the bank? Like, how much do they pay these managers?
But Gus Hiddink could not coach a national team because he's old. Gus Hiddink is past 80.
So, but he said right? He said because this Pesero guy, he has no credentials. He
zero credentials.
You know what I mean? Like a Van Gaal, like just break the bank.
Coach
Get one of
his
those
own
guys.
local community.
He hasn't coached. Like for me, I don't even know why we're going for a coach like that. To be honest, no disrespect to him, but like why?
Look, someone said it was Mourinho that recommended the guy.
Why Mourinho recommended? When did Nigeria start listening to Mourinho for coaches? Like
man,
it didn't make any sense to me. Like I never coached in African football before. Like what is his pedigree in African football?
He has coached African football. Has he coached his community club before?
So like I don't understand. Like we make stupid mistakes here all the time.
Let me not lie to you. Nigeria they just need to go get Sunday Olise and Amunike and Finidi, put them as a trio to manage the football team. They will do a better job by far, technically, tactically, and even play our natural system of football and implement it across all age levels.
Let me tell you.
The reason why, you know why? Hold on. The reason why they don't want to get those guys is because those guys
don't listen to them.
NFA accountable and actually be very outspoken because they are not going to be people that they will push over and threaten all kinds of stupid stuff. Those guys are rich, man. They don't need your money. Like
it's not about being rich. Those guys got principle. They not people that want to compromise
and they have
for
integrity. Exactly. They're not
it.
going to say, "Oh, you paid us $400,000 when you only paid them $10,000, right? Because you took the remaining $390,000 to do something else." You understand? So those guys are principled, and those are the things we need in our current football team. Notice Nigeria did not qualify for the Under-20 World Cup. The Under-17 World Cup is currently going on in Asia. Nigeria did not qualify. What is that telling you? It's telling you that our football has been eroded, even down to the underage grade competitions where we used to dominate. It's so sad that in the past, Nigeria used to win Under-20 African Cup or Under-17 African Cup or the Olympic African Cup. But we don't even qualify for the preliminaries anymore. It's so bad. It's so bad. Our football is gone. Like,
but
it has to be a total strategy build, and it has to start from the top. They need to start getting things right with the Super Eagles. If they get these three people I just talked about now, these guys work together. They build the confidence of Super Eagles again. People will start falling in love with football again. Like, the young players will start getting talent, not just going to England and representing other countries, but actually saying, you know what, there's a chance for me representing Nigeria and actually building my football here.
I mean, this is the problem now. Yes, I know NFF has been the problem for like 10, 11 years. I know that one.
More than that. I think let me not lie to you. The last good team, I know people will say the 2013 team that won the Nations Cup.
I don't think that
I don't know. That 2013 team that won the Nations Cup
was a bunch of local league. It was
not bunch mix. It was a mix. It was a good mix. That was because Stephen Keshi is a grounded guy. He knew because of course he was one of the core pillars of the team Westerhoff built, right? In the early 90s. He knew how to build a team that could challenge for the World Cup, for the Nations Cup. And that's how he built that team. It was a combination. And he, of course, because of who he was, he did not take any rubbish from anybody. Like, at some point, he was not listening to the NFA what they wanted, but they could not sack him because he was successful, right? And those players were loyal to only him. They actually told those NFA guys, we would only play for this guy. You can't sack him, right? So this current Parceiro guy is a hot mess. Like, first of all, he is getting all the decisions wrong. You don't have a goalkeeper. All this while, everybody and his dog knows that Nigeria does not have a goalkeeper. Look at the goal they considered today against Zimbabwe. The guy playing the free kick just knew that if he plays the ball towards the post, Uzor will not get the ball. The same thing has happened. How many games in a row now? The goalkeeper is without a goalkeeper in modern football, your team cannot win a football match. It's a fact. Yes, you cannot play without a goalkeeper. Now, I'm not even talking of other parts of the other skills and attributes of a goalkeeper, like handling the ball, passing the ball, long range passes, short passes, pressing and all that stuff. Uzor cannot even do the basic of a goalkeeper to catch the ball. He cannot even catch the ball. Now, another thing is, what is the playing pattern of the Super Eagles?
Zero.
Nothing.
Nothing, man.
When they get the ball, how do they move?
Sideways, back pass. Sideways, back pass. Sideways, back pass.
Is there any movement of the ball? Is there any off the ball movement? What do they do when they have the ball? How many seconds does it take them for them to win the ball? All these things are not there. There's no data. There's nothing.
What you said now?
Data-driven.
Before Victor got injured, before he got injured in last international football, when he was the pattern of play, Victor orchestrated those pattern of play himself on the pitch because a player like Iwobi, Oyenacho and Co. When he plays, Osimhen doesn't just play. He shouts at those players, "Pass me this, do this." Now those players their head open. Now I need to pass this ball. I need to do this. I'm like, why is Osimhen is the one shouting at this player, causing them?
Yeah, that's why I'm telling people that
the
coach is not even in charge of the team.
Why is Victor Osimhen the one shouting and cursing his teammates in the pitch?
Yeah. Oh no, Wala, man. Make I leave. I'll be listening to you guys. I have to go somewhere.
No, we'll talk about Nigeria. King Black, our country don't finish.
King Black, I hear you. I owe everybody. Olua, Abdul, King Black, man. Nah, chill, man. Well, we'll talk about the Black Stars next time. Black Stars, man. We gotta talk about the Black Stars, bro.
Big up to me.
Hey, King Black, go ahead, bro.
I don't know what to say anymore.
Yeah, I greet you too, bro.
Abdullah, you see my voice is down. I don't have energy for Nigeria. I'll save it for Chelsea at least. I have something to follow on when it comes to football. So anyway, people were blaming the goalkeeper for me, man. The way the guy took the shot, man. The way the guy took the free kick, bro. That was a Juninho level of free kick, bro. it was a Juninho level of free kick. That was a mad free kick. I can't lie.
Wait,
Uzoho
from a
knows
Zimbabwe player that nobody knows his name.
it doesn't matter. Do you see Shabalala's goal in the World Cup? What did Shabalala do?
So
What did you?
Excuse me, Shabala.
What did Shabalala do since that time?
I'm like, you're sick for saying that. Shabala alone, no.
So anybody, you can come off. You can come off. That guy placed it there for a reason. There was only one man war or two man war because nobody.
But who put the wall? Who put the wall together?
Oh, that was 40 yards away from goal. Do you want to put 5 people on the wall?
Okay, so wait, Uzoho, what did Uzoho do? Really? Do you know what he did?
He was
stood
helpless
behind the wall, the same wall that he created. He stood behind that wall.
No. The wall was far from him. Oh.
No, you don't understand. See the side where the wall was. Uzoho is supposed to stand on the opposite side of the wall as a goalkeeper.
No, the shot and the free kick has nothing to do with wall. He was seeing the ball from miles away.
The one I'm trying to say in black is, you know, when you set up your wall as a goalkeeper, if the free kick is on the left, you actually stand on the right, knowing that your wall will cover the left side of your post. Now, the free kick taker, his work is to put the ball over the wall and try to catch you at that far corner where you're not covered. Right?
You need to go and watch the replay again.
No, I saw it. I saw the goal. See,
you need to take your time and dissect the goal.
I know the guy.
This some shots that you will take.
The Zimbabwe guy placed that ball well. But what I'm saying is this, right? Uzoho did not do himself any good thing by standing where he stood. And Uzoho is not a goalkeeper. Let me just say, he's not a goalkeeper.
See, I think Uzoho is just a way to void the team of accountability. Uzoho is just the biggest, the laziest excuse anybody can make, including the players on the pitch, because there is no reason, even if you consider goal, there's no reason why you cannot score 5, 4, 3. You know,
easy handball.
So instead of blaming Uzoho, let's blame the whole team together. Who is that center back? That guy must have been that guy that played with that the fat guy playing in the Premier League. The guy that partnered him.
Yes. Is it Semi Ajayi or whoever? I don't know.
That guy is terrible. Is he terrible?
Semi Ajayi?
Hey, bro, that guy must be minimum. He must be in his 40s for sure. If you see him, you know. You can tell.
Don't do that.
It's garbage, bro. I mean, like the whole center back. The only shining light, I think they have a left back. I don't know the guy's name.
Yeah, I know Bruno. He plays for Fenerbahce.
He kind of looks good a little bit, and Simon Moses. I think aside from those two, really, the whole team is an absolute mess. And people were talking about tactics. What kind of tactics can you set up with Iwobi? Iwobi is used to Sean Dyche. Iwobi's career has not been tactical. He will not understand tactics. Even if you bring Pep to this Nigerian national team, a lot of these players are bombs.
Oh.
How will Iwobi fit into like a Pep? Do you think he doesn't have that understanding? He doesn't have that work rate too. Like he doesn't win ground duels at all. The midfield.
So you are telling me Awoniyi and Boniface and
the midfield is
I don't win match with them.
Bro, you see that Boniface? May God save him, man. May God help him. He looks like a good player, but he's not serious.
Murphy, Awoniyi, and Boniface. You can't win football match with those players. If Victor Osimhen doesn't play, we're a complete finished country. We are finished completely.
For me, those players they are no. I don't see anybody ever making a big move in the whole national team right now, aside from Osimhen. I don't see anyone. So, yeah, that's it about Nigeria. Man.
People are saying, are we gonna make it? Are we gonna make it out of the group? I don't know. Is it? We can't be South Africa.
Bro, why do they have 6 in the group anyway?
They are extending the World Cup to 48. Why? That's why they are extending the World Cup to 48 in 2026.
So this thing would have been restricted to 4 people.
Yeah, no, they are extending
to bottom by now.
Yeah, because they are extending the group to 48. That's why 6 is each group. 6 is each group. So I think the first 2 automatic qualification, then the third playoff goes to 2 intercontinental playoff to go to the World Cup.
Abdullah, I know you're saying about Osimhen, but is there not, what's his name? Senior man, Kalechi. Who is Kalechi? Is it Iheanacho? Can he not deputize? Can he not score some goals?
No, he scored a goal today, but
he scored a goal in the first match.
Oh, he scored.
But
in the first match, he had an assist. In the second match, he scored a goal. Apart from him, I think he's the only one that kind of stand up for the national team alone. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's a weird situation because the national team.
For me, like if Osimhen is not playing, just use Iheanacho as the 9, and play 2 wingers around him. That's it. Like it looks like the only player who is serious in the attack. Like who is likely to score? No one is likely to score in the attack.
Kim Black, Kim Black. De Laurentiis had a fight when Amaju Pinnick was the NFF president because De Laurentiis was pissed off that whenever Osimhen goes on international break, he comes back getting injured. He does not play for Napoli. They don't want to release Osimhen for Nations Cup.
Wait, is Osimhen injured now?
Osimhen is injured. Yes, he is injured. But he will be fit for the Nations Cup. He's injured. He is injured.
I don't know, man.
Now
it's going to be a disgrace.
Kim Black
cannot top this group. I can't lie.
We cannot. Nigeria national team cannot win matches without Victor Osimhen. This country is a joke, man. Nigeria is a joke. So
we played Lesotho and Zimbabwe. Like we have the same point with Zimbabwe right now.
Yeah.
The only reason we are above Zimbabwe is for letter Z and letter N. I think so, right?
I believe so, yeah. It's not laughing matter, it's true. I'm not joking. It's true.
This is crazy.
Kim Black, we are not going to be South Africa at home, or are we? That's a no. We will lose. We wind that, I'm not sure. Benin Republic, I'm not sure. So when the one-on-one matches, when we have a trash manager, a trash goalkeeper.
As soon as I didn't see Chukwueze in the lineup, I knew there was something wrong.
Chukwueze is not informed, so
you can clearly see there was a need for a right winger, someone to hold the other with at the other side of the pitch. Like I remember the first game.
The annoying part about it is
in the first game, like there was actually nobody on that right hand side. At some point they were passing, but there was nobody there at all. So I don't know, like
Kim Black, the most annoying part about it is I only saw a free post 1-on-1. Ian post, no goalkeeper, he missed.
How can you start Awoniyi, bro? How can you start Awoniyi?
People talk about Pesero. Awoniyi saw a free post 1-on-1 with post. Ian post, no goalkeeper, he missed.
Bro, the midfield is a problem, in my opinion. Like, if you're going to the midfield and the defense. That defense is terrible. Really, it is terrible. It's terrible.
I don't know what is going on right now with national team.
Where is Ghana's group? Like, have they been playing?
Don't worry about us, bro. Don't worry.
I just want to watch Bruce and these boys.
Let me see.
We beat Madagascar in the last minute of the game.
So where's Ghana? Oh, Ghana is third. 3 points. Okay. Comoros, Mali and Ghana, Madagascar, Central Africa, and Chad. Okay.
Did we not play the same Madagascar some months ago?
We struggled to win.
We played Comoros in the AFCON and lost.
Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy on the Super Eagles of Nigeria. And the funny part about it, South Africa have a game. If they win their game, they're going to be in 6 points. I will play them next. I don't see us beating them. We play them next. We play South Africa next. They're gonna play. I think they are playing Rwanda on Tuesday. If they beat Rwanda, they go top of the table. They go top. That's it. They go top. If they win, they go top. Well, I don't know what to say. I don't know. Abdul, yeah. Talk your talk. Before we bounce out of here, man. I don't know what else. I just don't want to rant. I have just been for long. Abdul, talk your talk. Abdul is muted.
To me, like there needs to be like a cultural revolution for the for this Nigerian national team. It's not just players or you know or home based players or something. Like, it has to be a cultural revolution, because if you don't change the culture, as soon as they come up, they play a few games, play well, get a big move to Turkey, or go to West Ham. The next thing you call them to come and play for Nigeria, they do the same thing that these guys are doing right now. So it will just keep going on and on and on. But it's crazy, man. It's deeper than just changing the coaches and all that. But I know the coach can do better, but I don't really know any coach right now that Nigeria can get. Really. I don't know.
Get is a big word. Get is a long no. Get is a big word. Talking about get. This national team is, that's why I say we need a spiritual player from top. Maybe that will help us.
Who do we think is most likely to win this Nations Cup anyway?
Ivory Coast.
Senegal, Egypt.
Ivory Coast.
I'm going to say Egypt, man. I think it's the year.
Who is in Ivory Coast?
Jeremy Boga.
You think Drogba is still here?
Wissam that play for Brentford is there. There's
no, Wissam's Congolese.
Is it Congo?
And Bremo's Cameroon.
Is Wissam Congolese or
Bremo is Cameroon?
No,
I don't
Wissam's
know any
Congolese.
player in Ivory Coast, to be honest.
Ivory Coast is that boy Karim Konate.
Ibrahim Konate is there. Ibrahim that plays for Nottingham Forest. I said Ibrahim Konate. Ibrahim Sangare. Ibrahim Sangare is there. With Rezaha.
No, they have a striker called Konate. He's quite good apparently.
So they have Sangare. They have this Borussia Dortmund striker. What's his name? Sebastian Ali. So Ali is there.
Adingra as well. Adingra.
There's Zaha. There's
Seko
Fofana, yes. That's still Fofana is there. So they have so many. Because have so many players. They are this nation. They have so many players.
But yeah, they always have players though. They always have
because
players.
I good team. Don't underrate them, I beg. Don't underrate them. Oh. Kim Black, rounders of your quick take on Everton point deduction, Chelsea allegation stop, and City stop. First, Kim Black, go ahead, brother.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, your quick take on them Everton point deduction and Chelsea potential less charge and Manchester City.
You see the English media, whenever there is international break, they like to keep busy. It looks like it's a perfect time because nobody pays attention to the Premier League, so they need to put out news that will keep
to make money.
That will just keep the fans on their toes and keep them excited, keep them curious, and all that until the Premier League starts. So, but the Everton point deduction is just it's insane. Like it's crazy, man. It's crazy. If you want to give them transfer ban, you can give them transfer ban. Like if you want to deduct points, how come this is the biggest point deduction in the history of the Premier League?
Like, there's politics in this stuff. There's politics.
How come this is the biggest point deduction?
10-point deduction. It's weird.
It's crazy.
I
don't know.
Will I be surprised if Chelsea and Mancity they only find them and no point deduction? I will not be surprised.
So, like, find Chelsea for what? I understand.
Because they said Abramovich era, under Abramovich era, when we bought Samuel Eto'o and the Willian.
You see that news? Is the most stupid news that I've heard in my life. It doesn't sound good. It doesn't sound well to me. It just basically sounds like rubbish. You understand? Like, first of all, they stopped Abramovich from running the club. They stopped the team from functioning for months. They threatened to let it go down to administration. It took them 9 months, the takeover process. I don't know, maybe 6 months or something. So they check all the files, check everything, check record for Chelsea. They sold the club. Then you're now going back and say, I just think it's rubbish. Yeah, it's like buying a company from you. The government got involved, checked all they needed to check, handed over papers to me. The new person comes in, sacks all the old staffs, let go of all of them, hire new ones, and they're telling me that what happened in 2010, I'm going to get punished for it. Like, how does it make sense? It doesn't make any sense to me. So, like, for that Chelsea zone, I think it's just the media just putting Chelsea in the just to sell the news, just to make it look big, just to make it interesting. Like, if they can't just be talking about Everton, nobody's going to click. Are they going to just discuss Everton? You have to talk about the big guys. They have to talk about the charges, 115 charges. We know that in 5 years' time they will say, okay, this is what they did. Because Man City already said they were not guilty, so they told them go and bring evidence. You see that evidence is going to take forever, and Chelsea have not been charged. It's
No,
just
it was only
a mere
investigation.
allegation of a certain leak somewhere of
Yeah.
what happened in the administration that
In
was
2017,
sold
2017,
new
2018
administration.
season.
Like, how are we going to get point deducted or get fined for it? It doesn't make any sense to me. So for that Chelsea's owner, it doesn't make sense. I don't know how to put it together to make it make sense. So for Everton, I'm sorry for them, man. And Sean Dyche was already building something for them. But I
14,
overheard they are going to
already 14th
find
in
them
table.
an extra 9 points, but I don't know how true it is.
Yeah. I think I believe Burnley, Sheffield, Leicester City, and Leeds, if they win their stuff, they will ban them extra 9 points again. So they don't
Let's
extra
see how
9
it
points.
goes. Maybe it's time for Everton. I think they're the only club that has not been relegated. Maybe it's going to be sad though, but at least we can get rid of one of the low blocks, the lowest block in the Premier League
No,
history
but King Vlad,
once and
they
for
still
all.
have a fighting chance. There's still 26 games to go. 20.
I
I think
believe
Everton will make it
I
out.
believe
I'm not worried about
if
them.
it
They'll
was
make it
just
out.
this, if it was
But the
Yeah,
problem
they
is,
said the last team that survived
Burnley
was
and
4 points.
they are
Yeah, it was
crap.
4 points
Everton
after
will still
12 games.
they will
In
still
the Premier
they
League
will still get
was
fourth.
1994, 95, and that team was
But
Everton.
if
Everton, yeah.
they add an extra 9 points, bro, that's
Mhm.
19. Like, bro, that's crazy.
No,
They
but
can't survive that.
remember,
Minus 19.
Everton still needs to play
If
all
if
those
Chelsea
guys.
had been given minus 19 right now, we would probably finish 15th at best, 14th.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
minus 19 is a lot of points.
Mhm.
yeah.
But I think, I think EPL has opened up a Pandora box, which for me,
Everybody's going to get hit. So the thing
yeah.
is,
See, the problem is EPL
because
and they are
there's
putting,
no owner that doesn't inject cash into their club.
yes. Mhm.
Yeah, people pay. Come on, man. I'm worth £5 billion, right? Are you telling me that it's like spending £70, right? For me to just give someone £5 million is what you're penalizing my club for. £5 million is nothing. I can use that as whatever. Do you understand?
Mhm.
As a billionaire. So that's what they want to penalize
I think
Chelsea
that's
for.
Emmy's message.
I wish.
I don't think that you get a point deduction. Like what me
No,
and
no,
Emma,
I don't know. They've not even been charged. So all this is
it's
just
only
noise.
investigation.
Guess what? Once Premier League comes back this weekend, you will not hear anything about this again. Yeah, it's just noise. It's all
This
just
English media, man, when will they change?
they are bored. They're bored. Like they know the next news that's coming up is the Tuesday match, Brazil versus Argentina. So they are doing their best to still keep the news and the clicks coming up for European news, but nobody cares, man. All attention goes to that match in the Maracana on Tuesday night.
Tuesday, yeah. That's gonna be the biggest. That's gonna be a big match in Brazil.
Listen. Do I even care if the what do you call it again? Reduction or what's it
Point
called?
deduction. Point deduction.
Point deduction. I don't even care if they deduct 50 points from Chelsea on a serious note. So what's going to happen? Okay, we're going to get relegated to Division Z. You think I'm going to stop supporting Chelsea? Chelsea, football is all about joy. Okay, even if Chelsea is playing against, FC Next Street, I still want Chelsea to win. As long as we still keep the quality of our players. See, you think, okay, so if we are playing, who is in Division 4? I don't know, Shrewsbury.
I don't even know.
So if we are playing Shrewsbury, do you think Chelsea supporters will not really support Chelsea? As long as we keep our team in check.
It's not really about the support.
Hold on now. I'm just giving a different perspective, King Black. As long as we keep our squad intact, we don't start buying people like Uzo and things like that. We keep our team in charge. Do you think Chelsea fans would not support our team?
Abdul, question: Do you think the players will stay? They are playing FC Shrewsbury.
You see, this is all agenda based. This agenda clear what you just said. Okay, are players not going to Saudi Arabia? So what's the big deal about players? Is it not their check they want? Listen, I'm not really. I don't know who they are trying to scare or whatever. Let them go get a better job for themselves. All these.
English Premier League people, they will never change. Abdul, my question is: you are doing this bullshit shit, but your refereeing is your officiating is abysmal. Subjective decision, objective. I'm never in my life
giving those mediocre referee
decision. I'm like, what the heck is going on here?
And then you are targeting certain clubs because they spent. Oh, so when did they introduce this FFP? They introduced this FFP when Roman Abramovich came and started spending money. Oh, so you don't want other teams to grow. You just want us to remain under Arsenal and Man United till we die. And then suddenly they started bringing FFP just to target Chelsea.
I bet you, Abdul. Man, you have done worse scandals, and we will never hear of them.
In those days, worse that will never be found out.
Imagine what Alex Ferguson must have done in the Premier League.
Exactly.
Back then, there was no even refereeing against. There was no referee decision that ever was against Man United.
What of Liverpool?
We will never hear about these people that are actually doing all these things are Man U, Arsenal, and Liverpool fans.
Exactly. All these, and then they'll be pretending as if they're following some. I mean, who are you tricking, man? Come on, man. We're talking about football, man.
The financial expert has done this. Who is the financial expert? Let's know his name. Let's get the club be supported. Let them go and bring the files of Luis Saha going to Man United. Let them bring all those files out and see.
Exactly.
You're talking about what of Jemba?
All these players from nowhere.
About this thing,
Jemba. What's that kid they just brought from Angola at certain point?
Jemba.
No, Manucho. Just brought some guy from Angola or Manucho.
If everybody has been pure, or what exactly are you trying to drive at, really? After they have sold Chelsea to another owner.
Lord have mercy.
Don't tell me you deduct the point of my team now, a new team, because of what the former owners did. It's just crazy. It's crazy. It doesn't even sound good.
See, I've already said it. Some people will not rest. Some people will not sleep until they kill Chelsea. They have them buried, done and dusted. They will not sleep. That's their motive in life. That's their purpose in life. Let's finish Chelsea. That's what some people's purpose in life is. And people are saying, people ask me a question. What you think this kind of things will make me You think I just started watching football 2 days ago or what?
You don't tell.
I mean, man.
EPL is on back
115 charges on Mancity. How did they do this investigation?
That charges will take 2 to 5 years.
115 charges, man. Who you think that's
supposed to do all of the investigations at once?
You guys are big fans, man. You guys are big fans.
Cool. It doesn't make any sense.
Let's focus on this.
No, but come on. I know there what you people they talk, man. Come on, let's be honest.
We are fans for a reason. We are fans for a reason.
No, come on. Let's be real here. Let's be real. Come on. Let's talk. We know what's happening here.
What is happening?
No, they should stop being unreal.
Good question, Abdullahi.
They should stop being unreal. It's always one thing or the other.
For me, it's simple. Pay your bribe. If you don't pay your bribe, they will come for you. It's simple as that.
You're telling me corruption is also part of football. Interesting.
Of course.
So you're telling me corruption is part of football. Interesting.
So okay.
I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes. Look at you.
So what do Everton and us have in common? We both had these Russian owners, right? As soon as the Russian owners had the sanctions and they left, that's what Everton fans are complaining. They're saying we had the Russian owner.
So they went on. Everything is all about bribe, right?
No, but listen. They had the Russian owner. He was under they were under the embargo. Remember, it was him and it was Abramovich. Yeah. Now all of a sudden, they're gone or they're leaving. They left Everton because there's a new consortium that want to buy Everton, and Abramovich left. Now they're talking about sanctioning Chelsea. The only reason why they know
investigation, no sanction.
Investigation, they possibly right. The only reason why they know about Mancity is because somebody leaked the emails. Otherwise, they would never know. Exactly. Chelsea won. The only reason why they know is because we went to tell them. We said, hold on a minute, stuff here doesn't look right. We reported one of them to UEFA. UEFA fined us, what was it, 8 million? And the rest of it, we told ourselves. So I just think people, I'm not saying it's right, but I'm saying I think the clubs knew what was happening, but this Todd Bowley decided to go and say, look, I'm not going to cover this. Let me just go and snitch. So look, it is what it is, man. Yeah. If that's the way he wants to do it, then, because I know Arsenal are not going to snitch on themselves. I know Man United are not going to snitch on themselves. I know the other clubs aren't. They're not going to do that because they know already. Just continue. Don't say anything.
But Cruz, I get what you're saying. I agree. But you know, Todd Bowley doesn't count as snitching, man. He's trying to be the new, well, not trying to be the new Abramovich. He's trying to be a better Abramovich. You know what I mean? He's trying to put. He's dragged Abramovich. No, he's dragged Abramovich's name through the mud, right?
Reporting or Todd Bowley saying, okay, that was cleared. We were given a fine. Was it 30 million or something?
30 million.
Mm-hmm. We cleared that. This one is basically just digging at, clutching at straws. To me.
Oh no,
this is what it was different. They recorded financial loss of the investment they made. They made stupid investment. Remember when they spent like 300 million as well, and they didn't make it. Didn't sell enough, so they broke the FFP rule over 3 years. So
over 3 years.
That was the punishment. The punishment was 10.
That was the punishment.
10 points.
10 points. So my problem with Chelsea, they're not gonna scenarios. It's not gonna be fine. Fine us.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. If how can they only fine us if they've given team 10-point deduction? Our one is more serious.
How is it more serious? That's exactly.
Our one is 10 times more serious.
Cruz, that's such an English response.
No, it's not serious.
No, they've set a precedent, right? So it would only be fair if we get a points deduction, and if City also get points. But that's not going to happen, though. I don't see that happen.
It's not going to happen. It won't happen.
So what do you see? So what do you think is going to happen?
Maybe a fine.
Like you said, pay your bribe. We'll have to pay that fine. Or
shut up! This is business. Hey. I invested the money.
Stop talking. I will kill you.
Sorry, sir.
Hey, Dada. Why?
Business.
Oh. It's business, man. And I think the best case scenario is we actually get a transfer ban. That would be a best case. I think that would be
not the first time. It won't be the last thing will happen, so it's not surprising.
I would be happy if we get a transfer ban. I'd be very happy.
What are our charges? Because I think I know what they are.
No, allegations. It's allegations. Apparently, we made.
They said we bought Samuel Eto'o and William.
It was Samuel Eto'o, William. Apparently, we
bought them from offshores.
There was payments to Conte's agent. There was payments to
Hazard's I've heard Hazard as well.
Aye. This is big. This is business.
What's big about like how does that affect Todd Bowley and Chelsea now?
Interesting. So if I'm sure, wait, hold on. If you break financial rules, because the money that you're paying these people are not going under your books. So, for example, if you say that you paid the agent 1.2 million, but then they see that they find an account where you paid him 10.5, you didn't declare that. So you fell within the FFP threshold, but you also breached it because you were paying that extra 10 million in order to stay within the money. Is that not how it works?
It's out of pocket because that is an extra money from the ownership.
Cruz, my question to everyone is, who did it?
Abramovich.
Is Abramovich the owner of Chelsea now?
No, but Chelsea benefited off that. It's not, of course, yeah, you're right. But what I'm saying is,
Samuel was
the benefit. The players are gone. The coaches are gone.
That's not the point, King Black. The point is what Arsenal finished second. If we didn't do that, maybe they finished. I'm just saying how that is presumed. Do you understand? Because we were privileged to have Eden Hazard on my team. If we didn't do that, does he come in? We don't know.
I swear we beat Arsenal to Hazard. We beat them to him. They were looking at him first, no?
Yeah. Arsenal were looking at him first. Then we beat out City and United that summer to sign him.
Willian, we got the song about Willian. He went to Tottenham and then
Spurs.
Yeah.
Then Samuel Eto'o is a free transfer. So I don't know why. Eto'o is a free transfer.
And then Conte's agent too. Come on, King Black. Let's be fair now.
Let's be honest. No. You're taking a different route.
All the payments were made by the owner, the director, who is no longer there, who has been sanctioned by the government.
No.
This is where I'm
anyway, sorry, King Black, 2 seconds, please. So that route you've taken, that's not the only route that leads to such payments. Okay, so it's more or less like saying I give you bonus or benefit at work. Okay. I'm not giving you. They don't pay you bonus before you do the performance. After the performance, they can as well give you a bonus. Okay. But what you are claiming is like somebody give you a bonus before you even did the work.
Okay.
How you are looking at it. So for example, okay, let me give you a typical example. I think it was Hasselbank that was saying it, that Adrian Mutu was a very confident and loud and charismatic guy while he was at Chelsea. That normally when Roman Abramovich comes around, all they say players when they're interacting is like they are just very formal, like hello, how are you? Good to see you again, happy to see you. But Mutu, like he likes to chat with Roman and whatever. And he said at one instance, Mutu then said to this guy, "Oh, Roman, if we beat Arsenal, can we get double the bonus? And can we come on your yacht?" And then he said, like, "Oh, Roman said, yeah, okay." And when Hasselbank actually, I don't know, maybe you can still find this interview. Hasselbank said actually when they beat Arsenal and when the bonus was coming in, they got double the bonus for that match. So can it be some kind of like incentive that an after payment for a job well done? So how do you classify that? Of course, you're going to tell me, yeah, but it didn't go through the books. Yeah, but I didn't have to give you the bonus. So how do you judge that?
Abdul, I get what you're saying, but you remember.
No, Cruz, I'm telling you an example. Oh no, what really happened?
But even with your example, all payments that you make to someone has to go through the books. You can't give. There's no tips.
Because that's not contractual. It's not contractual. It's just based on my own free will. It's not contractual. No. I'm just giving an example. Now, what are you saying again?
That is so idealistic, Abdul. I wish it was like that, but you know.
But that's illegal. It can't even be
I've just given you a live. No, I've given you a live example that happened.
Okay.
So where is it going to? Where is Abramovich going to write that bonus? It's not part of that contract. If he puts it through the books and put it contractually, then he's going to be obliged to be continuously paying you that. Yeah. It's going to be applied now, but this is just like extra money. It's just like you pay tip when you go to a restaurant, and then when you're telling your mate, you're saying like you don't talk about the £5 extra tip. You just like include the £5 extra tip in how much you pay for the food. And then, that food is expensive. Oh, they sell it £10 everywhere, but I pay
tips are taxable. Tips are taxable. It's not. I don't know. Tips are taxable. I'm telling you.
If they're declared. If they declared.
If they declared, so now you say don't declare.
Now you're talking about if they are declared. Come on, Abdul.
No, but must you declare tips?
Abdul, oh God.
What I'm trying to tell you is you guys are making it white and black, and it might be more complex than that.
Okay, maybe. You're right. You're right.
They're saying it exactly how the tabloid media wants you to see.
I don't care.
Exactly.
No, Kid Black. I don't care. Personally, I don't care. For me, this makes me respect Roman even more because he wanted to actually win. He took the steps out of his own pocket to make sure Chelsea were in a position to win.
I want to believe that Alex Ferguson is one of those people pulling out this plug. They know if we don't get weak and Man City don't get weak, they are never going to win the Premier League. Man United are never going to go back to glory days. I want to believe him and all these English mafia.
Those days are over. Those days are over. Yeah.
He's just hiding behind the scenes trying to weaken everybody else. Him and Arsene Wenger and these guys. It's unpopular.
Man, you're so deep, man.
And all these men, all these Man United old greats, they are very strong when it comes to the FA and all this. They have a huge say. I'm telling you, they knew. He still got hot about John Obi Mikel till tomorrow. He's still hurt about Mikel's move to Chelsea. He knew they already made a pre-contract. Roman came and gave money to the agents. Roman has always done it. So those things they're saying is not part of the rules.
Abdul, you know,
we got fined for that. We got fined for that deal as well. We got fined for that deal.
Abdul, do you know how this actually all came about?
We got fined for the John Obi Mikel deal from Man United.
And we move. We pay fine and we move.
This is what I'm saying. So this I said pay your bribe. That's what I meant. It's tongue in cheek. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying bribery is okay, but I'm saying you need to pay. Like, you know what I'm saying? But we can't say it didn't happen.
Even Mikel said, Ferguson told him, "Don't worry, you want more money? I'll give you more money. What do you want? I'll give you more money."
Yeah.
He tried to, even him was a gangster. Alex Ferguson himself was snatching players up and down to the place. So he was probably bribing too. But I've never heard any FFP talk about Man United. I've never heard one.
But you know what? You know that's quite funny you mentioned that, King Black. Because in an earlier interview, Mikel said, one of his earlier interview, when he was explaining that incident, he actually did say Alex Ferguson brought out money from a briefcase and showed him money.
Yeah.
So that before he signed a pre-contract or something like that, he actually
was blowing players up and down. He was a dictator as well. He was not an easy dude, good dude like that.
He's changed his story a little bit now. So where's that
money coming from? I have an inner feeling, just an inner feeling anyway, that Ferguson is just sitting back looking at Man United. He's looking at the future and he knows the future is not bright. Look at what they're saying recently, that even the kids from South America, they cannot compete with Chelsea now. Look at how much Chelsea is spending. You think the FA, Ferguson, this Wenger, they're going to just look at Chelsea? They are scared. In the next 15 years, they might not compete.
King Black, come on.
Nana is too.
I'm telling you, bro. Without Jim Radcliffe, you compete with $1 billion transfer window.
Before we run, Nana, this is a problem. When Chelsea bought players in the summer, they were like 1 billion. People like
guys. Oh my lord!
What is called net?
No, but Abdullahi, do you know what happened? This is what actually happened. Obviously, there's a Chelsea side of things, right? Because it's within football. This doesn't really have anything to do with football. This was due to Roman and Putin. This is actually how it started. This is why it all started within the last 2 weeks or so, because there were documents leaked that linked Roman to Putin, actually linked them, whereas it couldn't be proven before, right? So that's how the whole sanctions thing happened, which is a bunch of BS. But the documents were leaked from an offshore account in Cyprus that showed a link between Putin and Abramovich. Then, within those leaked documents from those accounts, that's when they saw the
William, Samuel Eto'o.
Supposedly, because we don't know. Supposedly. And I would have assumed Bowley and those guys were hearing murmurs of this dropping or something like that, and self-reported within. Because if they saw this, they should have self-reported months ago, no?
But the fact that they didn't see it, Nana, the fact that they didn't see it, but they already sanctioned him for the link between him and Putin, it's over, bro. It's over.
It's over for me. That's it.
They sanctioned him for being linked with Putin, that he's been supplying things or something to Russia. So they sanctioned his club. First thing, they held his money. He still has 1.5 billion with the government.
The government, he hasn't even getting, and the government are not even ready to release the money.
So what the hell is Chelsea deduction relegation for? It just doesn't make sense.
It's all BS.
After he's handed over the club, anyway, I don't even like politics anyway. I don't go into politics.
Like what?
You love politics. You're in the UK, man. Stop it, Abdul.
Schools, like what you said.
I'm not. Hold on, Nana. I'm not into UK politics, man.
Like what you said.
Shut up! Shut up!
This is business.
Hey!
I invested the money.
Stop talking! I will tell you.
Sorry, sir.
Hey! Dada. Why?
Business.
Give me the transfer ban and I'm cool, man. Just give me the transfer ban. I'm cool.
So what do they want to do to Chelsea now? I know their motive is for Chelsea Football Club not to exist anymore.
Abdul, breathe.
They were unsuccessful.
Now, can we just simply change the name then, so that when they say Abramovich is linked with Chelsea, we can change link to London FC now?
Wait, Cruz.
So
sorry,
maybe if we change the name, we can totally erase whatever nonsense they had against Chelsea previously.
Cruz, what's that Spurs chant? I forgot. I literally know this, but what's that, Abdul? Do you know that Spurs chant?
Which one?
No.
You know, because Spurs, no one likes Spurs. They do football fans always do this chant. I literally forgot the way it goes.
What's that? Hate Tottenham or?
Yeah, I think it's that one. Everywhere
we go.
Yeah, everywhere they go. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Tottenham.
So, I was in Wembley this Friday, right? And it was the England Malta game. But I was meeting someone in Wembley, right? And I was hearing these English fans. I was hearing them do that with Chelsea. And I was like, because I already knew that Chelsea weren't liked generally because we changed the status quo. I said that earlier on the stream. But I was hearing them doing that with Chelsea, and I was like, people actually want to see this club mudded. Like, people need to see Chelsea in the mud.
That one won't surprise me because it's normal. So, guys, finally, our EPL is back this weekend.
But Nana, we've mentioned that like several times. I don't know why you guys don't like. That's why you see me like going into what do you call it? Going into a fist fight on Twitter with Nana, you know them gang.
Yeah.
Because let nobody come pretend to me like they're discussing football when I know their real intention and motive.
It's true.
It's actually they want Chelsea eradicated from the surface of the earth, and then they come to me. They sort of like disguise it as if they're talking about football. Oh man, how come you're always on like Chelsea page? You have your club, don't you?
No comment.
So I'm not surprised.
It works in every because I'm not gonna lie. I don't like Arsenal. I don't like Man United. I think everyone just wants to see their rivals go down. But that's what they're talking about.
It's a different tone of Cruz. No.
It's a
different tone of Chelsea, Cruz.
A different level of spite, man. They've got like a different level.
But that was the same with Man United back in the day because Chelsea was have been so successful.
But Cruz, we shook up the status quo. That's my point. That's my issue with why it was Chelsea is a different sort of level because we actually changed the game. For worse, we changed the game.
And then Cruz, when they were dominating English football, I never used to hate them this much. So what's the problem? It's more or less like, oh, we don't deserve what we're getting.
That's
Yeah,
exactly
but
what
remember,
it
you
is.
can't. But one
Like-
second, there's certain clubs. It's so obvious. There's certain clubs in England that will always be media darlings, and when it comes to the propaganda, it will always it will always favor them. If you think of Liverpool, like Liverpool will never have anything said about their club in like the mainstream media because they're a historical British team. Same with Man United. They've got like a historic. Chelsea, let's be honest, they don't like us because of the way they think we came up. So
Exactly, the come up.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what they don't like. Yeah.
Yeah, but what I don't understand is Cruz is like, this is going to 20 years. Are we going to pay for the rest of our lives?
Yeah.
It's going to 20
But the
years
people
that
are alive that see it.
Abramovich came around. It's like going to 20 years.
Yeah, but you need to understand, like Chelsea 2002, 2001, we used to compete with teams like Arsenal. Let's talk about London. Like we used to compete with teams like Arsenal, but let's be honest, we used to get battered, man.
That was just fake competition, man.
No, but now I'm saying, but if you imagine, if you're an Arsenal fan, you've seen this team come up. We used to beat them all through the 80s, 90s, early thousands. From 2003 came bam, all the way up until recent times, maybe 2018 or 19, they started to get the better of us in cup finals and league games. But for nearly 20 years, bro, they literally were in our shadow, and they're just thinking that's only because you had Abramovich. So I understand why they hate us. I get it.
Yeah.
If I was them, I'd probably hate us as well. But
it's normal to hate us. Like what Mourinho always said when he said there's something against Chelsea. So it's not lying. So we'll see.
But you can hate me and not want me to die, bro. Like you can hate. I can hate Arsenal. I don't want Arsenal to relegate. Like, what's the competition? Imagine wanting Arsenal, Man U, Liverpool, Tottenham, all of them to relegate, so that I can be on the top
Arsenal
of
relegated,
the table.
bro. If it's Arsenal,
Battle with Ipswich Town and Newcastle, the league. Like, what's the Premier League about then?
Nah, Arsenal could go down, man. Anyone else, I'll feel you.
No, I just want them to struggle, man. I don't have that level of hate in my heart.
Oh no, I do.
I just want you to struggle, suffer. You can go. You don't have money, start begging on the street, so that I can laugh at you, laugh at the fan base. But
did you not see what they were doing when we got the sanctions and we never had no one to buy us?
Exactly.
People thought Chelsea were done. They were like, "Yo, your club is gonna fold." They were loving it.
No, Cruz. Do you even remember the days of the transfer ban? The transfer ban days and what people were saying then. Shy.
Mm-hmm. Despite the transfer ban, we still make it to the UCL. They are fine.
People are ready, man. People are ready.
Right now, people are in their lips. They can't wait. But City's one. City. What do we think about City's one though? What's going on with that? Do we?
I think that's gonna take 2 to 5 years.
I said this early on the stream, Cruz.
You said it already.
Everton got a 10-point deduction of 1 charge.
City 115 charges and no comment.
So what? So Abdul, I need to hear your take because it's 115. So what does that mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, but there are different types of charges now. They're not the same. They're not the same type.
So they're all light then, Abdul. So it's possible that they're all light.
No. Abdul, let me tell you quick. The Man City ones, from what I've seen, it's 115 charges, but some of them are 6 or 7 repeat charges over a 7 or 8 year span, if that makes sense. So they're breaching the same main ones, which are the financial ones. So let's forget the grass, because I heard something about the changing rooms.
Yeah, there's a change of grass.
The grass was forget those ones. We don't care. Those ones are fines or whatever. But the big problem is what NK is saying is 6 or 7 key financial breaches that have been done consecutively from like 2012 was it to 20 whatever it was, over a 8 to 10 year period. That is where I'm worried, because if you're talking, if you like NK is saying, if you relate that to Everton is 1 financial breach over almost a 1.5-2 season period. This is 6 or 7 consistent financial breaches over 10 years. So I don't know how they justify that. I'll be honest with you.
They can't justify giving Everton 10 points.
They can't justify. That's why they are already. Hasn't Mancity taken them to court, or is it?
Yeah, Mancity already have their personal lawyer ready, just in case it happens. They already appeal. Now Pep already said it. Pep already said in the interview, if Mancity come out innocent, he said Ed is gonna go. I already know which yet is gonna go. Pep already said it. I trust my club, and if Mancity is found innocent, he said it, I quote what Pep said: the executive of the EPL will be in serious trouble. I'm not gonna be surprised if it happens. You're dealing with Sheikh Mansour. So guys, see you guys next week. EPL resumption. Peace, everybody, peace. Gracias.
All right, big up, man.
Big up, yeah.